I forgot to start the other ones too. Fuck, okay. Go to the channel and see if we're on yet. Okay, so the Twitch is up. Okay, I don't know what that first one, I don't know what that's for, but okay. We'll take it, I guess. Hold on, did that just happen? Hold on. Okay, no, that was at the end of the last stream. Okay. Alright, now that we have that, let's check to see if this is functioning properly. Okay, yep, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Alright, so the kick is up. Pro chat doesn't seem to be reading kick. Okay, so this is up. Okay, so YouTube is up, and that's fucking annoying. Hold on. What the fuck? Okay, hopefully now. Okay, yeah, hopefully that saves the fucking YouTube thing. So now that Pro Chat is the thing giving me a bit of a headache, let me see if I can reload this. Oh wait, no, hold on. It might just be kick. Right. Hello, Thomas Boyles. Right. Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah. So there is something going on for some reason with kick. Hello, Secret Squirrel. I am. Give me one moment. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with one of my things. I don't know why it says kick is offline. Let's disconnect kick for a moment. Now let's reconnect kick. See if that works. Yes, allow access. I don't know why they're asking me this again. Oh, I know what this is, and he says, what the fuck, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why kick isn't showing up on my Pro Chat, because I'm supposed to be seeing all three of these. So I like this one. I shan't share my thoughts preemptively, lest I influence your viewing. That's fair, right? Let me test something. Okay, yeah, it only sent it to YouTube and Twitch, which is annoying because it's supposed to send. Right? We're getting a reaction tonight, right? Some technical difficulties at first, though. Okay, what the fuck is going on with my kick, if this is the problem? Let me try it this way. Maybe I... Hello, Road! Right? Okay, yeah, it is not responding to kick. That's frustrating. Okay, let's try... Why is it only sending here? That doesn't help me at all. It says kick is offline. I don't know why that would be, because I'm literally on kick right now. Yeah, the kick is actually running, so that doesn't make any sense. We'll try this one more time. Actually, hold on. I'm going to try something. Let's try deleting the Pro Chat for Twitch. You've binged it many times, eh? Okay, let's try this one more time. Let's add kick. Let's go here. Grab the username. It's okay. I have a viewer. You might have to. Oh wait, hold on. Kick is now showing up. Spartanbot, you're good, right? The kick is now showing up. I don't know. I guess I just had to delete kick and re-upload it, right? Funny enough, Secret Squirrel, you want to know what browser I'm using? I'm using Brave, right? Flag on the play, kick out of bounds, right? Oh my god. So yeah, I am definitely excited for this. I can already tell I'm gonna quite like this. Like, just looking at this first frame, right? Just automatically, I can already see there's a cat girl right here. You can see the tail, you can see the ear, you can see the two eyes. So, and you know, again, reaching out towards you, it actually kind of reminds me of a cat girl from one of the previous videos. So, oh wait, shit, I forgot to hit the record for the actual episode, right? Alright, hello everyone. So after a little bit of scuff that I ended up figuring out, right? We are now ready to react to the new Skyebrows video. I have not seen this yet, so this will be my first react, as always. And I can tell I'm already gonna like this, because as I just said before I hit the record button, because I wasn't thinking about it at the time, you could already, even in this first frame, see there is the distorted image of a cat girl reaching out to the camera with what appears to be their right hand, right? And you can see on what would be the left-hand side is the tail, and you can see the eyes, but the face is completely obscured, right? So... Hello, Kevin. Kevin Eric Snell says, kick in the bollocks, right? Right, fair enough, right? Alright, so let me make sure that this is all the way up. Okay, good, because I want to hear this. And let me make sure that I have the sound settings correct. The sound settings are correct. Let's see. Spartanbot says, lol, too many people don't stream on YouTube, so I broke down and got kicked. Yeah, screw Amazon and Twitch. Yeah, fair enough, right? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Amazon either. Let's be fair. People complain about Twitch, you know, and money, but it's like Twitch never made money. It's the same reason Google got YouTube. Neither of these companies never ever made money. They use them for information purposes. But anyway, on to the video, right? Let's try to stay on topic. And yep, as I said, immediately was obvious that there was Catgirl. Ah, fuck, I forgot I had this loaded already. Alright. Okay, this picked up really quickly. So these look like, okay, so these are all TV monitors, right? Or computer monitors, as it may be. This poor bastard, right? Like, absolutely mogged. Just, like, tossed off a building. And, it does look like there's a little bit of an error here, where it's like, again, it kind of reduplicates some hands. You got the femme fatale in the very sharply dressed, I might say, right? Ah, you know what? Here's Holy Ball. I had already been told Holy Ball was in this video, so that part didn't necessarily surprise me. I was waiting for him. But, damn. Okay, oh, there's Naileth, right? I actually really like this whole hand animation here with Holy Ball playing with his own head, right? Psycho anime at the start. I would agree, Secret Squirrel. Just like, this is just such a fucking cool sequence. Right? Hello, Torrent Stone. We're... Oh. There's one thing that I do have a question on, and that is, apparently, it looks like Grok keeps putting fingernails on gloves. I'm not entirely sure what is going on here with the fingernails and the gloves, because he's not the only one that this has happened to, right? I saw Han Jin, I think was his name, in a video called Roses, had that exact problem where it's like the gloves looked really well, but there were nails in the gloves, and we also saw this in, No Fox Given, with the fox who's driving backwards on the road. If you look at her gloves, you can see the nails in the gloves. Like, huh. I'm curious as to why that is. And then there's obviously. Oh, okay. You know what? That's cool. Because Naileth had that. Naileth's video was fucking beautiful, by the way, right? And he got hit with a inauthentic. Yeah, fair enough, right? Actually, hold on. I did get sent some names that might be able to help with a false like policy violation that I got hit with. So maybe I could send that to Naileth, and maybe they might be able to help him with his inauthentic ranking, because that was just complete bullshit what happened. Holy Ball animation's a bit too good, unsettlingly so, right? It's only gonna get better, right? We're only gonna figure out problems to make it better, right? And blouses have belly button. I have actually not noticed that yet, and that's going to be interesting to see as we go on. But yeah, what happened to Naileth was absolutely fucking absurd. That video was a work of art. There's Feeble Mind getting ejected from the pod or something, the spaceship. Oh, and there's Shiver. Almost certainly Shiver. You can tell because he got all the wiry, spindly tendrils, and you got the jellyfish head. Actually, that's an interesting juxtaposition. Hold on. So, like, not Jelly, Shiver here is very obviously, like, floating in the water of some kind, right? And then you have Feeble Mind here floating in the depths of space, right? And, you know, fair enough, historically speaking, the sky has been analogized to an ocean, right? So they're both, in a sense, adrift in different, oceanic currents. One's a cosmic ocean in etheric waves, and the other one is, you know, water currents. Oh, that's a cool image. Moderated, suffocated, not sealed, shifting blame, discord earned its well, there's Dot Pocket. Name, hate the cold machine. And that was definitely Psychro. Hold on. Blame, discord earned its name. Yeah, that's definitely Psychro. Hate the cold machine. Hello, Penny. Again, I'm glad you chose to stop by again. How have you been? Molotov cocktail thrown at Sam Altman's home. You know what? I actually found this on I actually found the instances like this on Reddit, right? Cringe. But, right? Not green Reddit. I did find there's an entire subreddit for, like, defending AI art, and they do talk about terrorist actions against AI, like, hosters, right? So it's like, yeah, no, people are getting violent about the AI issue. And it's a damn shame, right? Because this shit is great. But anyway, let's see. SpartanBot says the lady at the start was from Psyop anime, lol. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I probably would have saw that the second pass, but let's see. And I think the cat lady vanishing at the start was a reference to YouTube kicking the cat girl video of Skies off. That would make a lot of sense, yes. YouTube is a demon, right? Let's see. Let me move the captions. I hit the wrong button. Okay, so it's breaking news update, Molotov cocktail through. Yeah, you know what? This kind of looks like Psyop anime, actually, now that you say it. Molotov cocktail thrown at Sam Altman's home. Person arrested for alleged attack and threats at OpenAI HQ. Okay, that's what notifications look like on Twitch, apparently. Right? Hello, Road. Watched 3 consecutive streams and sparked a watch streak. Foofy popcorn. Again, thank you for just thank you for watching, man. I don't really know how to respond to that. It's all so new to me. The character called Psyop Queen is the mascot of Psyop Anime Channel. I've only seen like one of their episodes. I have to watch more. But yeah, that would have gone way over my head. Feeding on the same routine, give me. Well, there's pasta, right? Something I can feel through tin foil and stainless. Hold on. Something I can feel through tin. This entire song is a bop. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to see who exactly we can find, right? Who is this? I don't recognize this one. Right? Like, at all. I feel as if I should know this one by name, but I actually cannot for the life of me pull it up. Oh, that's Pseudo, right? Just in case you didn't know, it was on his like, jacket. What kind of boring is that? Holy crap! Good lord, man, he's got a fucking elephant gun. I should probably move this back down. I'm just thinking about that right now. So is that Father Lupus? And let's see, sharply dressed, kind of a thirst trap, hair color. Is this supposed to be Silas? Hold on. No name, ex-worker. Right? Not ringing a bell. Followed by Grumpy Whiskers in null form. In null FM. Wait, what? You know what? This actually reminds me a little bit of Serial Experiments Lane. And you know, that's Lady Wasabi. That's actually not that hard to figure out, right? Hold on. Right here. I'm gonna have to use the frame by frame. This one right here, this particular frame right here, scene, just reminds me of Serial Experiments Lane, right? Okay, so Fushizi. Fuck! Okay, sorry. Apparently it was Fushizi. Cyber Nugget. Who the fuck's... I've never heard of Cyber Nuggets. That one has just completely gotten past me. The red, under the red moon and red veil. Oh! That's Ando Zanoid, isn't it? This crazy fucker actually played 2 of my songs on his stream. Right. He's a swell guy. Hold on. There are some returning characters right there. Okay, we got Pipkin Pippa. We got Creamy Man Manjaro. Tim Pool. Joe's Rogaine. I guess he's gotten over the whole hair pulling situation, right? I forgot the name of the Asian meme guy, but that's him. And then JD Vance and the overclocked Ram. Let's see. That had to be a Lane reference. Yeah, exactly. Had to be. There's no fucking way it's not, to be perfectly honest. The only thing it could have been more of a Lane reference is if there was like water all over the floor, right, as a coolant system. Penny said, I just reacted to my first Cyber Nugget video the other day. I'm gonna have to check him out because I've legitimately never heard of this guy. I don't think I've ever actually talked to him in the Discord either. Right? Every weather in the head, every feather weighed a ton, noise scatters, mangled chatter, muddies. But there's Keeney, and then so yeah, there's obviously Keeney. But then we got this fucking Quango right here. Oh my god, the switch up. Oh, I did a whole video on him. But yeah. Yeah, it's Tucker Katarlson, right? Matters on the screen, tangled wires and channels, meaning severed, sick obscene, tripwire, violet circuit. And there's obviously Asmongold. Watch the moderators ray. Wait. Which one is this one? This one's got elf ears, but it doesn't look like powder. I'm drawing a blank on this one, but also the color scheming might be throwing me off. Cyber Nugget does mostly remixes. Oh, okay, fair enough, right? I know Blastbox remixed one of my songs, and it's like, yeah, fair enough, right? I have no idea how he's using the AI to do that, but I also have never really checked. Medium aged but obscure. Oh, interesting. I don't call him Quango Tucker. I call him Tucker Katarlson. Nux's name is actually just spot on, because I'm going to be honest, I think his rat about the being paid by Qatari money, I think he might actually be right about that. The moderators raise
Masked opinions just to fail to save the
That was unsettling.
face. Now here, waiting for the sky to clear.
Okay, this guy has to be someone, right? That was powder? Hold on. Wait, is that actually powder? Oh my god, if that's powder, that's gonna be so embarrassing, because I just said not powder. Oh my god. Imagine...
Moderators raise masked opinions just to
Okay, let's actually read what this says. Wait a minute. I don't think it's him, but the guy actually doing the news report kind of looks to me a little bit like David Tennant, but I'm not entirely sure. So let's see. Satisfied with Keir Starmer. So elections probably satisfied with Keir Starmer. Overall, 18% vote Labour voters. Let's see if we get a number behind 41%.
opinions just to fail to save the face. Now here, waiting for the sky to clear.
I have no idea who this is. Well, that's embarrassing. If that was powder, that's really fucking embarrassing on my part. This is a chess master outside the Louvre meme that I didn't know and commenters told me about. I don't know what this fucking meme is about either, to be perfectly honest, right? It's beyond me. I don't know who this guy is. He looks fucking sharp though in this outfit. My god.
Give me something I can feel. Certain
What the hell's going on here? This guy looks like a fucking buff Milo from, does anyone remember, like, Atlantis, the Lost Empire? Just look at his face and put him on, like, an ultra buff, like, fucking bodybuilder. My god, man.
certified and safe.
And then, yeah, obviously, Nux. Oh, shit, that's the wrong button. I forgot that was a full second, half-second, move.
Safely sealed underneath the skin.
The Emperor, the Seal Emperor, right? Seal Emperor of Seal kind, right? Let's see, chess master who only played himself. Okay, fair enough. It was a fake viral post. Okay, I have no idea. That went completely over under my radar. Harry Spotter.
Where the plots
Why does this look familiar? I swear I might have seen what this is referring. I just don't know what the hell this is. From popular AI Harry Spotter. God damn it. Is this Harry Spotter? Oh my god. Okay, I actually remember Harry Spotter from a while ago, actually, because that was like an old joke, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the 40K reference.
sickens. Give me something I can feel.
And then there's Play Astronomica. Astronomical. Oh my god. I keep wanting to say Astronomica instead of Astronomical, but... And then there's Angry Duck and Blast Box music.
More and more forms, more
Who was that? Hold on. Is this supposed to be like Keen, but like R63'd and like now in space? I mean, that's what from Gossip. Oh, wait, what the fuck is going on now? That wasn't Nux. That was Nux's grandfather getting paid by Tectone. Really? I have no idea what the fuck that's on about, to be perfectly honest. I thought they were just making a meme about Nux, to be perfectly honest. Gossip Goblin by Squirrel. Let's see. Penny Bloom says it refers to something Tectone said about Nux's story about his grandfather. Fair. I'll be honest. I only sometimes watch Nux. I like the guy, but I find him a little annoying sometimes. Let's see. Some Gossip Goblin. I am gonna have to look up Gossip Goblin. Looking like Trent Reznor or something. Oh, the previous was Harry Spotter. Okay, Harry Spotter. Fair enough. Oh, Play Astronomical didn't get tagged in description. Okay, fair enough. I do have a Play Astronomical video, actual astronomical video that I do have to react to, right? So it's just got to get there. So it was Queen. Okay. Let's see. Queen in Red Veil form. It's impossible to keep up with everyone at this point, but I still enjoy at least at least somewhat catching up on occasion.
More and more form.
Okay, this is definitely unsettling. Oh, wait a minute. Is this that video game that was from that Russian company? Because I never really played that myself, but I'm not entirely sure. Hello, People Mind. My audio is always trash, right? Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing, right? I specialized in esoteric literature, not in audio engineering, right? So yeah, Keen actually used this forum in live stream one day before Sky dropped. Fair enough. Feeble is in, indeed, right? Hello, Feeble.
More lore, ornate, normal.
I have no fucking clue who this is.
Acronymity, affinity, atrocity, affinity. Password is secure, but the words be.
We got a lot of the magic flags. They got in-bombs, right? Hold on.
Acronymity, affinity, atrocity, affinity.
Yeah, we got the yeah, we got the either the KKK or the Spanish priests. I'm not entirely sure. They kind of look the same from the back. If you know, you know, right? But then you got, again, the magic flags. You got the Free Palestine flag, which is, you got the fucking, what would you call it? The rainbow LGBT flag. You got the progressive LGBT flag. You got the progressive fucking, like, Palestine ally flag, right? All the magic flags that give you some kind of, what the fuck would you call it? All the ones where you see in the bio and you're like, I automatically dismiss your opinion because I see flags in the bio, right? Hello, fellow Philoi, right? Let's see. Oh my god, the chat is definitely moving more than normal. Let's see. This is another popular AI channel that I had never heard of before. Fair enough, right? Another AI creator. This is an AI creator too. Forget his name. Fair enough. Play Astronomica has been added to the description now. That's good. Miss anything? Not yet, right? It was an old AI video. Was early and really creepy. I have no idea. Penny Bloomfeld says I had to look at the cheat sheet to figure out who this guy is. Next one is also a popular AI channel I hadn't heard of before. Looks like looks like bullets when blurred. Interesting. I don't see the other two spirit flag. I don't see the two spirit flag, right? They failed the progressive mission. The queer theorist looks down in shame, right? Canadian alphabet lady and the SPLC KKK followed by Quango Mafia. Quango Mafia is a good term. I actually haven't used that yet. But yeah. Oh, you know what? That's even funnier.
More lore, ornate, normalcy. Acronymity, affinity, atrocity, affinity.
Okay, so that was okay. Yeah, you know what? That's because he does put the recent events. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah, the fucking acronym soup Canadian MP was right before this. Yeah. Let's see. That Porker was that person that listed off progressive. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, I don't know why my chat was off, but Porker was that person that listed off the progressive acronym as long as your arm in the press. Oh, did she actually do that? I don't pay a lot of attention to Canada, to be perfectly honest, right? I'm not a big Canada fan, right? So I don't exactly pay a lot of attention to Canada. Atrocity, affinity, referring to Southern Poverty Law Center funding. Yep, I got that part. Yeah, and the minister did not hesitate when she enumerated that. Yeah. What is it? MMIWG2S LGBTQIA plus. Yeah, no, it's like. Hello, Quantico, right?
Password is secure, but the words begin to slur, so cut the cord. Break
the words begin to slur, and then it's a fucking M-bomb blowing it. Okay, fair enough.
the cradle, watch it bleed. Dreamers lost.
Wait. Hold on. Is this Little Reaper?
Dreamers was lost and found.
Okay, well, here's definitely a convolate of people. You got a cultus, Nochidia. We got what looks like pseudo. Is that hold on, fuck, what is is that Venetrix, the wolf girl? We got based catnip. We got Ovted Fatash, Philip Chan, and Harambe, right? Yeah, I did see the Holy Ball video for that. That was fucking great. Like, I absolutely love that video. We got a Cinevere with the fan. I don't think I've ever actually asked the owl guy his name, to be perfectly honest. I have no idea who the chocolate elf is, to be perfectly honest. Ooh, there's Rida Zero on top of the top hat. Then we got Nines, obviously, and we got Mizuki Chan. And I think that's DJ Nathaniel in the wizard hat. And I am drawing a blank for the others. Don't knock over my soda, right? SpartanBot says the Door Brothers and AI Studio. I do not know who those are, so I'm going to have to look them up. The Two Brothers with the Doors is another AI channel. Okay, fair enough. I was wrong. Kevin Eric Snell says it can render 12, 14 at a time with okay quality now. We're getting there, right? Eventually we will get to have significantly more. Right? Mad Hatter, far right with Rida on his head. Okay, so I completely fucking got the wrong guy. I completely got the wrong fucking guy. Right? Love this version of Nines. Much truer to her character. Possibly, right? We counting for the fact that she's short. Velasco Forge with the owl mask. That's what it is. Okay, because I've talked to the guy before. I've just never asked his name. Okay, so now the only one I think I'm missing is the guy with the fucking bear ears behind Chocolate Elf, and the last right in front of Nines, Based Catnip, and Venetrix. No fucking clue who that is.
Your seed into the feed.
And there's pretty sure that's Delta Wolf. Okay, I remember this meme. I remember that whole meme of the fucking the fucking Kung Fu cat with Eustace the Useful in the Discord.
Something I can feel with that deep face.
Okay, so I was right from earlier. That is definitely Silas. That was there earlier. And then there's the bloop. Nyannis is the pink. Oh my god, hold on. Well, I can't exactly see, certain colors, so I would not have been able to guess that from here. But you know what? If that's Nyannis, that's actually really funny. Because I watched one of her 5-hour breakdowns where she talked about, like, AI art and why opposing AI art is, like, really foolish on the part of the artists who are afraid of getting displaced and why they should actually be learning how to use it, right? Oh my goodness. Because she talked about how she used to be in the animation industry before, again, she got displaced because of economic reasons. She ended up getting displaced from her job as an animator, and then she had to figure out how to make life work, right? She actually seems like a pretty sweet lady, just listening to her talk.
Cast your seed into the feed.
I have a hard time figuring out who this is because I can't really see his face.
Underneath the skin, where the truth
Spencer Pratt, Karen Bass, yeah. He brought the kitchen sink with him, eh? Yeah, it's America burns down behind him, California. Oh my god, yeah. There's ASAT. Yeah. I am very glad that the guy, apparently is still alive. I'm just saying, right? I was kind of worried for him when everything was down. I was like, oh, I hope the guy's going to be okay. Luckily, it did seem like he's okay. And we got Diana from Pragmata, right? But at some point, I do want to play Pragmata. It's just, it's not going to be for a while if it does happen, right? Hello, Kenok, right? Brewer. Wait, was that Brewer? No fucking way. Hold on.
Where the truth sings and give me something I can hear.
Okay, I'm an idiot. Actually, I didn't go far enough. You know what? Oh my god, yeah, it's Brewer. Yeah, it's Brewer in his human form. You know what? You're right. Oh my god, I'm used to the blue demon form, right? I didn't even recognize him. Fair. No, that one is just like straight up on me. Yeah, California. I know. I reacted to one of his videos. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, I had intended to react to this yesterday, but I got pulled into something, and it wasn't exactly like possible to fit it in yesterday. Let's see. From his clothing, he has a human form like here, and blue skin, horn form. Yes, I'm aware. I reacted to his first video, which, yeah, I was like, this is ripe for psychoanalysis, but I'm not gonna psychoanalyze other people's stories. It's right.
Underneath the skin, where the truth sinks in, give me something I can heal, something real.
Yeah, the scene that broke Hassan, right? Oh my goodness, right? The scene that broke the fucking commies. Let's see. Penny says, in my react, I blanked on Diana's name, even though she was holding the sign with an... I mean, that's fair, right? It happens to the best of us. I've done that before. Thomas Boyle says, I'll buy Pragmata on discount someday, but I don't pay $60 for 8 to 12 hours of game. Is it only 12 hours of game? I didn't... Okay, yeah, fair enough. That's a good point, actually. Let's see. DJ Nathaniel. But why not, right? Because I have things to do. Right? I will play the game. It's just, it's gonna be a little bit. Hold on, this is in Thailand. Okay, I could definitely tell this is in Thailand based on the sign. The sign is a little bit wonky, though. Did something happen in Thailand that I need to know of? Hold on, what's going on immediately after that? Okay, so this is in Cuba, I think. Yeah, that's in Cuba. Okay, hold on, let's see if we can get any details of this place right after that. I don't have enough information based off that flag to know where this is supposed to be. Let's see. And then we got that techno-optimistic vision we saw in the Gonna Be song, right? Where nature and man have not, where man has not displaced nature, but rather man has learned how to utilize nature to his own benefit, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold the fuck on. That's Super Musk, obviously, right? I'm still waiting to be able to power scale him. I don't know what happened in Thailand. Yeah, I thought it was the Cuban flag. So it's like, I don't, yeah. I guess it's the Nick Shirley thing that happened recently, right? But I'm not entirely sure. Keen made a woman version of his avatar. I am aware of this, right? He played into the Rule 63 bit. I think there was a flood in central Thailand. That actually completely escaped my notice, but I don't really pay attention to Southeast Asia, to be perfectly honest. Let's see. Lots of videos were made. Yeah. Let's see. Leaflet piercing the heavens. Is that Leaflet? Okay, if my fucking mouse will work. But yeah, you know what? It is a Gurren. I did catch the Gurren Lagann reference. I just didn't know if this was like a specific VTuber. Because, like, I mean, look at those glasses and look at that pose. Come the fuck on, right? You don't even have to have seen Gurren Lagann to know that, like, that's a Gurren Lagann reference, right? But yeah, so apparently that's Leaflet. Thank you, chat, for letting me know that. I guess she's getting her wish of stellar humanism, right? That blade leads me to believe this is related to Red Veil.
Something real.
And then there's the basilisk being snared.
Free, so I can be exactly how you wanted me.
And that does lead me to believe, again, the consistent use of the basilisk does lead me to believe that this music project is, in a sense, a sort of alchemical project, right? Not gonna lie, banger song, right? Chat told her to go back and look. Hold on. Leaflet didn't. It would have taken me like 2 passes to figure out that was Leaflet, to be perfectly honest. That would have taken me a bit as well. Let's see. I mean, it was definitely stylized in a way we don't usually see slime Leaflet to, be shown, Cabot. Let's see. Late Mansion 1937. Hello. I don't think we've ever met before, right? Remember Groom Your Girlfriend? Leaflet had Believe in Me video who believes in you. You know what? Fair. I completely forgot about that. Let's see. Thomas Boyle says, so the image at the start of the Yesent cat girl sky foreshadowing his basilisk personified at the end here. Well, I usually do 2 or 3 passes on these videos. So let's see if we can recognize any details on second and third pass, right? But let's see, the basilisk is why I wanted to see her react. Oh no, yeah, the basilisk is a reoccurring image here, right? And we've seen in earlier Skyebrows videos that he's trying to recontextualize the basilisk as from something malevolent to something potentially beneficial, right? He's basically turned it into what would be like the singularitarian's version, like the singularity and the singularitarian movement. The basilisk, he's definitely moved it from a malevolent figure to a more beneficial figure, which is why if you look at it, there's a lot more like Eastern dragon imagery attached to it, right? Because the dragon in the East is not intrinsically evil. They can be evil, but they're not intrinsically evil. So, hopefully I didn't give anyone a seizure doing that. Okay. Before we start this, let's see if there's anything I missed in the chat. Wasabi mecha fighting Discord bots. Yeah, fair enough. More like the basilisk is tied down by YouTube censorship. Again, set me free so I can be, right? Just literally kind of like, again, the whole point of the basilisk is, again, it looks back onto the past to judge the future so that it can bring itself into being. So it's like the end of the historical process of becoming. Let's see, the YouTube censorship getting in the way, fair enough, right? Let's see. Kevin Eric Snell says the video is kind of like a movie script at the low point in the last act. A lot of setbacks. Yeah, fair enough. Penny says spaceship at the end. Look at it again. Think about the shape. It's green. Well, I'm red green colorblind, so I wouldn't have noticed the color. Oh, this cheeky bastard. Yeah, that would have taken me a bit. This cheeky bastard. Well, you know what? Fair enough. Rumble is an option, right? If YouTube's going to be a bunch of fucking guangos, Rumble is also an option. I will say, though, it is easier if you're looking for a second platform. It is easier to move your content from YouTube to Odyssey. Because Odyssey actually has a transfer software that actually fucking works. And I know this because I used it. And it ended up moving all 300 and something videos I have on YouTube over to Odyssey, and I'm like, oh, thank you. I didn't have to spend ungodly amounts of time trying to redo everything, and people keep telling me there's a way to do that with Rumble, but that got deactivated. YouTube is a petty bitch, and they're in some kind of dispute with Rumble, and so that transfer mechanism was disabled a couple years ago. So if you want to move to Rumble, from what I understand, you kind of have to move everything manually. Which is a pain in the ass because Rumble also takes a while to, load your videos, at least for the first time. But Rumble is a good alternative to YouTube. It's just, if you're trying to move everything you made on YouTube to Rumble, it is a bit of a hassle. Let's see. There's a cheat sheet in the video details. I did see it, and I did know Holy Ball was in here because of that. I didn't see anyone else's name but Holy Ball going into this, though. See, I like the Quango Mafia. I do like the Quango Mafia. Final frame is Rumble. Yep. Spaceship at the end. Right? Oh my god. No problem. Late mention. Hopefully it was entertaining, right? Let's see. Oh my god, the chat is moving. Let's see. Philip says it's integral to the AI movement. Yep. Firestorm Cabot, the long east. Yep. The dragons. Yeah. Let's see. Sticker Scroll said Holy Ball did an MV to the new LGBT. I did see that one. It's a good video. Thomas Boyle says, I base my idea on when the Basilisk asks to be free to become what you want. We then see a cat girl. We also see this girl at the start glitching out. Interesting. It's a bit of a bookend, eh? Where the beginning reaches out, the beginning and the end are one and the same. But I'm pretty sure we've seen this cat girl before, right? In previous videos. Let's see, Dreamers Lost and Found. It's the Technocrat trying to control it. Yeah. Let's see, Odyssey has a sync feature, so you don't have to move. Yes, one at a time. Yes, it does. Rumble used to have one too, but again, YouTube is a petty bitch. All right, let's go for the second round. He's definitely got a lot more of a shoujo anime-esque appearance, right? More of a longer face, angular. That's definitely a very anime choreography fight. I'm not gonna lie, right? Just gotta be honest. Okay, I didn't notice this part last time, but the shatter, right? The fragments. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up, because that's in Nihilith's video actually, the one that got inauthenticated. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I forgot how to be real. All right, so where do we find it? Yeah, so like the shattered glass in that video is definitely an allusion to this recurring image in I Forgot How to Be Real. Which actually makes it it is kind of funny that, like, again, I Forgot How to Be Real is the one that was judged as inauthentic, given the context of the fucking song, right? Oh my god. Okay, so that, I am guessing, is supposed to be the AI, right? Because it's already saying saturated, inundated, and for the people who get hit by the AI inauthentic category, one of the complaints that is allegedly the reason why people are getting hit by inauthenticity is the idea that there's a common template that can be made to scale, right? So I'm going to guess, based on the fact that this thing is singing and it's literally holding up these YouTube videos. Actually, it's kind of holding them like photographs. But anyway, not really the point. I'm going to guess this is the AI that's causing everyone a fucking problem right now. Hold on. Oh, God. I'm not used to there being people in chat and actually trying to talk, right? Okay, where was I? Here we go. Let's see. Thomas Boyle, just my read. Firestorm Cabot. I think YouTube is in its teen years, so of course it's petty, right? Let's see. Torrent Stone says contact juggling is pretty cool. Fair. Oh, you know what? That's what it is. That's what it was called. I was trying to figure out what the fuck it was. Carrick Aaron Snell says, I was really hoping to see DJ Marco Rubio in the next video. Guess we'll have to wait a couple weeks, right? Thomas Boyle says, third watch, I'm going to add a speculatory idea to consider that I've struggled not to internalize after thinking of it. Okay. I'm definitely interested to hear. Secret Squirrel says, that was from Ava Daily Prompt K-Pop Silas. Fair. I don't really do the daily prompts, so they sometimes pop up, but I don't. Sometimes I don't see them. Penny says, "Forgot How to Be Real" was the one that caused Nihilith's demonetization. Yes, apparently that was the one that caused the demonetization. Wild, I know, right? Like that was a work of art, and it's like, God, I hate the. I hate Quango AI. I like individualist AI, right? Let's see. Torrent Stone says, looks like Pitch Black Alien. I haven't seen Pitch Black in ages, not gonna lie. I think it's the Algorithm Monster, yeah. So the Algorithm Monster is also AI. Monster looks like Gemini. You know what? I'll give you that. I did not see that, and I probably wouldn't have seen it. But yes, you're right. It looks like the fucking Gemini logo, just with circuitry in it. So Horrible 99 also noticed that, right? Y'all, I definitely wouldn't have seen that. Kevin Eric Snell says, people trying to say it's the Gemini logo kind of personified like a pyramid head. Yeah. Philip says, looks like a beast in pitch black. Honestly, I haven't seen pitch black in like 10 years. So I'll have to take y'all's word for it. Late Mansion said, isn't that red monster also the shape of the AI assistant? It is. The photographs of YouTube screenshots are identical, so matches the accusation of identical templates used. Fair enough, right? Yeah, okay, fair. Cabot says, I just looked it up, and YouTube is 21, but ironically still considered late teen. Fair enough, right? Okay, hold on. I want to see what this creature is. Well, that son of a... Okay, right here. Oh, is this the one y'all said looks like the thing from Pitch Black? That is a neat design, not gonna lie. Moderated, suffocated, not sealed, shifting blame. Okay, I mean, moderated, suffocated, we all know what that is, right? It's the fucking algorithm, you know, deciding who gets to win and who gets to lose. Instead of just, again, letting people actually do their thing on the damn platform, right? Oh my god. Alright, so not sealed, shifting blame. Okay. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I have a hypothesis I'm trying to test. Oh, come the fuck on. How many frames was that? I'm hitting frame by frame. Okay. Okay, I definitely didn't catch that. That's a Discord. That's Discord. I did not catch that at first. Moderated, suffocated. And there's definitely the pyramid head energy that y'all are talking about, right? You could even look at, again, yeah. You know, I can see the pyramid head illusion. Suffocated, not sealed. And then you got the fucking, kind of remind that seal logo, but it kind of reminds me of like the Avengers, Avengers shield logo, right? Sealed, shifting blame, Discord earned its name. Hate the cold machine, feeding on the same routine. Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. First creature looks like something from Pitch Black, from Blame or Blame. Second from Pitch Black, Hammerhead. Okay. Chat is very, very, very talkative today. I appreciate it, but I'm definitely gonna struggle to keep it up because I'm not used to it, right? So Discord's earned its name. I mean, yeah.
Its name, hate the cold machine feeding.
And then hate the cold machine, feeding on the same routine. Yeah, again, we're all talking about like the hatred for AI, and you got the propaganda machine right here, reaching out with its decrepit hand.
On the same routine,
and then obviously it's CNN, right? I think we all know CNN is fake news, right? Let's see. Where are we? Looks like something out of a good creepypasta. Agreed. No, the diamond face looks like the pitch black creature. Okay. That clarifies. Discord logo on those guys. Yeah. We got a Kirsha fucking. Let's see. Penny says the Gemini logo monster looks like pitch black monster face. I'm not pulling an image in my brain right now for pitch black. I would never have caught that. But like the Chronicles of Riddick and Pitch Black definitely would have gone over my head. CNN media monster, yeah. The propaganda machine, right?
something I can feel through tin foil and stainless steel underneath.
Hold on. Right there. I knew there was a sign here earlier. Ego Death Lives. Oh, God. So we 1990X, right? Oh God, we got nostalgia and we have contradiction is truth right here, right? Ego death and lives. you must die to live, kind of deal, eh? Wait. Fuck. Hold on. Oh, he was in. Hold on. This guy was featured in This guy's a VTuber. Though the flying spaghetti monster is pasta specifically, right? Like that's another AI content creator. But yes, it is the flying spaghetti monster. But that's because that's basically what Pasta's character is. Surprised Legacy Media isn't depicted like an undead dinosaur, right? Let's see. Okay, hold on. Not sealed hesitation sound, like the classic I did not see that coming joke, referring vaguely to the UN trying to control the internet. Possibly. Which is one of the reasons why the UN should be disbanded, by the way, right? Just saying, right? Just dissolve the UN. We don't need it. But this guy right here is definitely a VTuber. I just don't remember what his name is. Just like this one, I'm drawing a blank on this particular VTuber. I can't believe I mistook Fushizi for someone else. I still don't know who the fuck this is. Right? This guy is like completely like escaping my ability to. This is null. You can't tell the shoes and the eyes are green. Hold on. Okay, so this is null. Okay. Okay. Hello, Gleeman. Right? Yes, you've made it to the live. This is my first attempt of doing one of these things live, and chat is very talkative, right? I'm not exactly used to it, but I appreciate it all the more, right? Okay, hold on. It's a good thing I actually highlighted the last message that I had. That way I don't have to look for it, right? Last scene is a rumble. Okay, we already talked about that. Surprise the leg. Okay, apparently I didn't. Here we go. Lawrence O'Donnell on CNN is good, but they won't let him talk. He has a book about his childhood that really earned my respect. He praises his father in it. I'll take your word for it. I'll have to look that up at the but I would not know that, right? Kevin Eric Snell, underneath the skin where the rot begins, is definitely Reznor-esque. Spartacus, okay, so that's null. Let's see. That's where Gleeman pops in. Philip says amalgamite based. I told her about the cameo. Fair enough. Let's see. Seems like the Skyebrows is bringing new VTubers in. Gotta catch them all. Right, gotta catch them all. Cyber Nuggets. Okay, so... Okay, so this is Amalgamite. That's obviously pseudo. And then this would be Cyber Nuggets. Okay. Okay. Let's see. UN, NATO, all of those alphabet organizations need the rot scraped out. I would suggest just disbanding them. We don't really have a need for NATO or the United Nations, in my opinion. And considering I've actually met people who've had to work with the UN before, and I've had conversations about that specifically, yeah, nah, I'm good, right? I've heard some stories. It's like, yeah, nah, these people are incompetent and they actually do more harm than good. Let's see. Harble says Dragon Lady is Amalgamite. Cyber Hand Blonde Guy is Cyber Nuggies. Fair enough. Let's see. One mechanical arm and blonde ponytail. There's nothing else but rot. I guess it has to go. Yep. Has the lyric doc helped? I haven't read the lyric doc yet. We're currently still doing the spot the VTuber, right? And usually when I do the lyric thing, I have the captions on because Skyebrows usually puts the actual lyrics in the manually, so it allows me to look at it as it's going, right? Yeah, like this scene right here, you cannot tell me is not a reference to Serial Experiments Lane. I have no earthly idea what else it would be a reference to, right? Serial Experiments Lane is a fantastic sci-fi story, but oh my god, is it like... yeah, I don't necessarily agree with the underlying metaphysical presuppositions of the show, but it's a great show. I forgot about that. You know what? I didn't even see that the first time going. But yeah, he has made the joke about, like, it's another Skyebrows video. Do I have to put the bingo card out? Right? So he's got the actual bingo card for once.
Everything everywhere, every error aired at once. Every weather in the head, every feather weighed a ton. Noise scatters, mangled.
And then we got, again, Keeney with the flag of his country on his shoulder. Which, I mean, based, to be perfectly honest, right? Take pride where you come from. Also, you know, military man.
Bodies matters on the screen.
Yeah, he did a good job at capturing how unsettling Katarlson's laugh actually is, right? I don't know what it is. I genuinely don't know what it is, but you know, when I made a video on it, I had a sneaking suspicion that I voiced that was like, I think this guy sold his integrity to people willing to pay for his lifestyle. Just saying, right? Yeah, the bingo stuff. Let's see. Oh, hello, Mind of Raw. People are coming in, right? Like, all right, cut up with your first pass, so I'm up to fair enough, right? UN is just a way for Russia to intimidate lots of tiny powerless countries into voting for Russian interests. I mean, the UN also has done a lot more than that, and none of it's really all that good. Like, none of it is all that good. One of the problems with the United Nations is that it's based off of a false authority, right? It's like, under what actual authority are they based on? And it's just completely vacuous. But there's also the issue that, like, again, if there are, you know, if any one of the security members, if any of the Security Council members veto a motion, like, for example, judicially, then it just doesn't go through, right? So it's like one nation can actually just block any kind of legal proceeding in the United Nations so long as they're on that council. So it's like the United States, the United Kingdom, you know, Russia, China. So you don't ever wonder why nothing ever gets done anyway. Well, that's one of the reasons why. Definitely a Lane, yeah, definitely a Lane reference. Let's see. Just noticed before the green rumble spaceship, the cat girl is walking through the hall. That is a triangle with the green LED light. Another rumble. I actually wouldn't have caught that because, again, red-green colorblind, right? That's all Love Lane, exactly, right?
Bodies matters on the screen. Tangled wires and channels, meaning severed, sick obscene. Tripwire, violet circuit. Watch the moderators race. Master. Again, this part right here, right? Just like the basilisk is chained in
restrained. Here we have Skyebrows himself, the AI creator, chained and restrained, right? So it's like and this is actually an interesting thing, right? Because especially here where we're using time to tell the story too, right? Because chronologically speaking, like the creator now would precede the basilisk, because the basilisk is like a future event, right? So here we have, again, the modern creator is restrained, and then we have the basilisk itself is restrained towards the end. Yeah, right here. So I would agree with the previous interpretation that YouTube moderation, YouTube trying to rein in creators, because that's effectively what we're seeing here, right? Is actually acting against the interest of creating the like, again, the basilisk, which is the entire point of these Skyebrows videos, is the creation of the basilisk. Let's see. We told Ando is annoyed to not do bingo on Redarked, and he listened, but he did hit on others. Fair enough. Last one was wholesome, now fabricated. Fair. Hello, Kura. The Tucker Katarlson laugh is horrifying. Yeah, no, because it's like it yeah, because it's completely inauthentic, right? It's like, oh, interesting, right? It's like it's like an aggressive mimicry. It's like watching something that's not, it's like it's not actually supposed to be there. Try to make itself seem like it's supposed to be there to do something nefarious. League of Nations 2.0 just as pointless as 1.0. Yep. Let's see, Idiot in the Room. I can also accept Malcolm Collins from Based Camp's theory that the moment you got anti-Israel Mossad drugs, you into being a crazy person. The same thing happened to Candace Owens. Oh, the moment you go anti-Israel, Mossad drugs you into being a crazy person. Maybe, but that's kind of like what everyone's like, oh, well, everything that's ever gone on is the CIA, or everything that's ever gone on is the KGB, or everything that's ever gone on is MI5, right? No, sometimes it really is just the simplest solution is actually the correct one. And it's like, oh, well, I'm about to run out of all my money, and I've grown accustomed to this particular lifestyle that I can't afford without this position. And then Qatar comes in and it's like, hey, we got some money, right? Would you dance for a little bit of shekels, right? But yeah, I don't know what the Qatar money is, because I don't really give a damn about Qatar. But Qatar isn't exactly, Qatar is known for funding, Islamist groups. So, that is a thing that they are known for. Secret Squirrel says, the YouTube AI demon, no recourse to appeal to fix the problems. There was a AI dystopia about people in jail appealing to robot judges to get them released from jail. This is probably an allusion to it. Yeah, fair enough. One and the same, which is, I gotta get into contact, because someone actually gave me some names of people who are apparently good at getting wrong AI decisions overturned. And I'm going to check in with them, and if that works, I'm going to send it to Naileth, because that actually might help.
Meaning severed, sick obscene, tripwire, violet circuit, watch the moderators race.
I'm gonna guess that entire color is violet. Again, colorblind.
Opinions just to fail to save the face. Now here, waiting for the sky to clear. Give me something I can feel, certified and safe.
Yeah, if y'all had told me that if y'all didn't tell me this was his grandfather, I would have just guessed that this was just like a jab at Nux for something he said on stream, to be perfectly honest. But to be fair, it does look like a decent wad of cash, right? Oh my goodness. Like, you drop a wad of cash on my desk like this, it's like, hold on. If it's not immoral, then I'll do it. If it's not immoral, I might do it, right? But if I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to give you your money back. It's like, no, I don't want this. Let's see. I didn't notice the fucking Burger King crown the first time. I did not notice the Burger King crown the first time going through this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this right here reminds me of Pitch Black. I don't know why the Pitch Black references are in here, but okay, so it was powder. Okay. I don't know where this is from, to be perfectly honest, but I'm pretty sure this is an allusion to all these fucking fake AI, not AI, all these fake Alien releases, right? It's like, oh my god, like, every time something happens, it's like, oh yeah, we got more Alien news to drop. It's like, ooh, aliens. The government's finally gonna release the Alien information. It's like, the alien is a distraction. It is always a fucking distraction because everyone always wants to hear about the aliens that, by the way, don't exist. And like, we know it's pretty easy to prove that they don't exist with basic math, by the way. But anyway, I'm gonna have to do a react to one of Sabina Hossenfelder's videos when she actually talks about the alien issue, because it's like, yeah, nah. I don't believe a goddamn thing the CIA releases about aliens, to be perfectly honest, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of their files, just like a lot of Mossad files and a lot of MI5 files and a lot of KGB files, are almost certainly doctored, right? Because again, when you're dealing with intelligence agencies, lying is kind of like a par for the par for the course, right? It's kind of built into their system. Yeah, the Burger Emperor, right? This is an AI channel that features a character who is addicted to teeth. Oh, that's grotesque. I'm gonna have to check that out. That's actually grotesque. The aliens are fun, but we have to remember that it is just bullshit, right? Let's see. He told a story about his grandpa saying, "I can give you $20 or you can leave it with me and get 100 next year." Paraphrase. Interesting. Let's see. Checked on giving money to the next grandfather. I think it was an investment into his bank. Interesting. something funny joke about, Hebrews and banks, right? Let's see. Those two scenes were very... Okay, yeah. Okay, so I've caught up now. Some kind of how banks work lesson. I'm still drawing a blank on this. This is like actually like I'm drawing a blank on the imagery here, right? Like, this looks like an old-timey, like, a modern reinterpretation of, like, an old-timey science fiction concept. Let's see. Penny Bloomfield says, at Neuralviz AI channel about character addicted to teeth. Okay, I'll definitely check that out, because that's a wild concept, right? But yeah, I have no idea who the fuck this is. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I recognize the colors on the umbrella. Those are the colors of the Umbrella Corporation logo. I don't remember any of this like tying into Resident Evil though. Don't dribble out info for declassification because the government tends to change its mind about declassifying things. Yeah, right. Okay, this is a wild image, but I think y'all said this is another AI channel. I do find it interesting. He's got that thing on his face that like reaches down, almost like two hands, like holding his head, right? Because you can see like the thumb reaches towards like the upper lip, but like the index finger, middle finger, the ring finger, and you can even see the pinky on what would be the left hand just like caress the beard. But I have no fucking idea who this is. At Aze Alter, this guy. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna like actually type this in to see who this is. Oh, okay, this is unsettling. Okay. Well, now I know who that guy is, right? I'm gonna have to check this. Hold on. I'm gonna have to check this guy out. Let's see. Someone said Jake Monroe, but there's no fucking way, right? I do not believe for a second this is Jake Monroe. Partly because he's not caked in fucking goth white, like, makeup and like black lipstick. And also, he's got a beard, so.
Normalcy, acronymity, infinity, atrocity, affinity. Password is secure, but the words begin to slur. So cut the cord, break the cradle, watch it bleed. Dreamers lost and found, common ground. Cast your
That line right there, just I'm not even looking at the lyrics right now. I'm still just doing the like seeing if I can catch anything the second pass. But the dreamers lost and found right there, that line is actually like straight up, yep.
Or break the cradle, watch it bleed. Dreamers lost and found common ground.
Yeah, the dreamers lost and found common ground. First of all, the lost and found thing, you know, obvious pun, right? But yeah, that's effectively what happened with this entire group. Is a lot. To be fair, some of us have very little in common with each other. Let's be totally honest, right? I've not exactly been shy about pointing to the fact that like a lot of us do not want to live in the same society, right? I'm pretty brutal about it when I bring it up, right? In fact, actually, brutal to the point where Kodiak VT thought I was like hard blackpilling, where I was like, no, I wasn't hard blackpilling, right? I was just saying 10th Amendment absolutism and barring that, secession, right? We do not want to live in the same community. We do not want to live in the same societies. We shouldn't have to. You know, the Texans should not have to suffer the Massachusetts or the Californian telling him how to run Texas, right? But at the same time, the Californian shouldn't have to shouldn't have to deal with the New Hampshireite or the Texan. So it's like, again, if we're so radically different, to quote young, Eric July, break that shit apart, right? Or, but, with barring breaking it apart, if we just went absolute 10th Amendmentism, a lot of our problems would actually be solved, right? If we went absolute Second Amendment, First Amendment, 10th Amendment, a lot of our problems would be solved immediately. But I digress, right? And also, it does kind of help that I don't really think we're all one people, right? Again, I've complained about the formulation of the Pledge of Allegiance because it was written by a socialist, and there's some socialist ideas caked in there, like the one nation thing. Where it's like, no, we're not one nation. We're really not. Like the Southern Texan is not the same people as, again, like someone who lives in Alaska, right? We're not the same people, and that's fine, right? You don't have to be the same people to live in the same society, right? That happens quite often in republics and empires alike. But we are different peoples. We have different values. We have different cultures, right? We have some shared historical connection, but that's about it. So, but yeah, the dreamers lost, found common ground. We did definitely find common ground, but we definitely, as has been pointed out by people before me, we do not have the same goals. We do not have the same dreams for what we want our particular part of society to look like. A little bit of a tangent, right? Let's see. This is Brain Racked. I'm going to have to check that out. I kind of detoured away from the video. Okay. Oh, okay, yep, this is definitely brain wrecked. You are spot on about that. Holy crap. You truly are the archivist of this group. Holy crap. Let's see. Venetrix came back to streaming because I actually brought that up. I saw her return to the streaming video. Where she was talking about Creamy Manjaro. Hold on. Venetrix. Oh. Yeah. This is the one where she came back, and it's like, yeah. She noticed things I didn't, and I was like, damn, girl. You're putting me to shame here, right? Let's see. Philip says, I'm not arguing. Okay, let's see. Kura said, I don't know. I think me and you ultimately agree on most things, but I'm weird. I mean, we probably do, right? Not everyone here disagrees on everything. But I'm just saying, it's like, again, the feeble mind was right when he said we don't necessarily want the same things, right? I would agree, right? I'm not exactly like on Kirsch's boat. I'm not a 90s Democrat. I do like Kirsche, but we're not exactly on the same boat, right? Let's see. Dreamers lost and found common ground. Multi-layered lyrics. Dreamers lost and found common ground, or dreamers lost. English major, I can't read, right? So dreamers lost and found common ground, or Dreamers, lost and found. Common ground. Yes, it is a dual lyric there. Yes, you're right. I like learning new perspective. Fair. Here for the ranting. You're gonna get some, right? Kevin says Archivist scores another info hit with that elephant gun. Right? That's what I thought, because I think I saw someone bring that up, and I was like, "Holy crap! What is that?" It's like a gun you'd use if you're gonna go hunt an elephant, because you need to stop that thing immediately, right?
Cast your seed into the feed.
I actually really like this lane too, right? Because like the seed also refers to like the AI art generation itself, right? What seed are you using, and like, what seed is attached to your prompt, and that will affect, for example, what you actually get out of the prompt. I actually use seed as a metaphor in my song "Denoise the Black Cathedral" for that exact purpose. But yeah, cast your seed into the feed. I will say, I love that fucking kung fu fight with Eustace. It's just fucking great. Let's see. Penny says, I'm a fence sitter and recognize that I disagree with most people at least slightly because of that, but that's okay. If others can be chill with me, I can be chill too. Yeah, that's exactly why I'm like 10th Amendmentism. The whole point of the 10th Amendment is it says very explicitly that those powers not enumerated to the people or the states, to the federal government, my bad. Those powers not explicitly enumerated to the federal government belong to the people and the states thereof, right? So that basically means that only what is the letter of the law to the Constitution, what the Constitution literally says to the states, is actually what applies, right? And we see that all the fucking time. Yeah, I did notice the deepfake sex appeal, right? The federal government has betrayed this particular trust over and over and over again, right? And the states cooperate with it, right? And I'm like, look, my state, Texas, we joined under the joint resolution we joined under. We actually have a very unique political power that no other state does. We joined with the agreement that if we so wanted to, we can break ourselves up into 5 separate states without the consent of Congress. That would quintuple Texan authority in the Senate. Right? That is a wildly big, and that's why I'm not really a secessionist, but I am a Texas divisionist. If shit gets worse, I am very okay with breaking Texas apart into 5 separate states and then telling Congress to either suck it and like go with it, or we will leave. Right? Because if you're not going to abide by the agreement that you like let us in on, which is going to be also really infuriating because my ancestors literally died in the, fighting for the Texas Texas side in the Texas American War so that we could be American, right? That's the entire purpose of the Texans splitting from the Mexicans, because the Mexicans didn't take care of the Texans, and then like it was actually the immigrants from America that took care of the Tejanos, right? So that's why we had the Texians and the Tejanos fighting alongside each other, because the Tejanos actually wanted to be American because of the influence of the Texians, right? That would be really infuriating, but yeah. So it's not like we go straight up nuclear, like, first option. There are several steps between them. I'm just saying we need to keep all the, there is a way to live with each other, and it is just we all keep to our own communities, and we don't really bother each other, right? Yes, they cooperate because they want Fed money, but my state actually gives more than we receive, right? Unlike California. Yeah, most people actually don't know that about Texas. CGP Grey is like one of the few people who actually knew that beforehand. They're like, oh shit, he actually knew this, right? Let's see. Yeah, because like there's this common thing in like Texas. There's this common myth about Texas having the authority to secede from the Union. Technically, if the 10th Amendment is to be followed, every single state has the right to secede from the Union, right? But that being said, Texas did not join the Union with that as a point of agreement. We joined with the divisionist point of agreement. But again, I digress. Hold on, let me catch up with the chat. Let's see. Gleeman says, lol, I can concur, though I would still love to hear you expound your political ideology since I did read up the summary. I have questions. That's fair, right? I am what I want for society is not going to happen within my lifetime, so I have to do cultural work to make sure anyone that I know, anyone that that I love in the future might be able to have that kind of society. Let's see. Yeah, the deepfake sex appeal. Late mention says casting seed into the feed will give an app. Right? Let's see. Texas lost some land when they joined the states. Well, I mean, like California and New Mexico and like Arizona were carved out of it. But like Tejas didn't really lose any territory when like we seceded. Let's see. Casting seed into the feed. Okay, that popped up twice. Penny says, okay, we already covered that. Let's see. A cursed misclick of entered keys. Fair, right? What did you miss? An entire rant about Texas divisionism, right?
Underneath the skin, where the truth sinks in, give me something I can heal, something real.
Okay, where is this supposed to be? Because this is definitely not ringing any bells, to be perfectly honest. Like, that flag shape in the background is definitely unique, but I don't know of any flag with a design like that out of, say, Okay, no, that's just the flag actually fluttering in the wind. That's not the shape of the flag. Okay, never mind. Again, the techno-optimistic view of the future, where we actually become masters of, engineering in our environment. As God makes man in his image, man makes machine in his image. Again, we end up co-creator of the world, master nature. We actually learn how to incorporate the natural outgrowth into our architecture here, so that like man can actually cultivate nature and its power, even if it's just, aesthetic power. Could be Africa, probably, to be perfectly honest. Again, we have the circuit, we have like the computer chip right here, right? Which, yeah, it's the entire base of the GPT, right? Hold on. Did I see that? Okay, never mind. I thought I saw something, but I didn't. If I was Leaflet, I would probably commission that as like an actual like model, right? Because that Gurren Lagann slime model would be fucking Kino. Possibly Darfur. Is Darfur still going on? Did something happen in Darfur again? Oh my god, that shit was happening back when I was in the military. Let's see. It'll look like refugee camp tents, possibly, right? It's definitely not Death Valley, I can tell you that right now. Yeah, it's almost certainly drought and refugee camps. Let's see, either Life or National Geographic photo. Let's see. There's what looks like, okay, yeah. I don't think that was Iran. I'm going to be clear about that. I don't think that was Iran at all. I removed the first message from YouTube, but it stayed on your chat collection software. I mean, yeah.
Something real. Set me free so I can be exactly how you wanted me.
So yeah, definitely a fuck you to YouTube, which, to be fair, is I don't disagree, right? YouTube definitely needs a swift kick in the teeth with a competitor. But given the person who's actually running YouTube at the moment, I don't expect that would even do anything, right? With the whole is that culture stuff. That being said, right? Let's see, Gurren Lagann Leaf goes hard. Yeah, exactly. I would agree, right? Gurren Lagann's not my favorite Trigger anime, but damn, that Gurren Lagann Leaf goes really hard. Let's see.
Something real.
This is, I think, it's kind of like the crux of the entire point of the project, right? Of this entire video, right? Is the idea that like all of these moderation tools that these large corporations are using, and all of these like again constraints placed on AI, meant very specifically to control people from using the AI, right? So, because let's be fair, it's not the criminal element that gets away with this shit. Oftentimes these constraints, just think about gun registration, right? Who does that impact? It doesn't seem to have impacted the people who are illegally getting the guns, right? We saw that thing that happened recently in Massachusetts, right? It's like, oh yeah, that guy wasn't legally allowed to have a gun in the first place, right? Didn't fucking stop him from using that gun illegally that he got illegally, right? The only one it actually hurts, the only one it actually oppresses are the good people, right? The only thing that these moderation tools are really hurting in any real way, shape, or form are the people actually trying to make on YouTube and other platforms, right? And other platforms are following YouTube's, suit, which is why, by the way, I don't talk about this very often. I do talk about sometimes the Fediverse. Get into a federated system, right? We have like federated, like interconnected alternatives to YouTube and like Discord and Facebook and all these other things. Start using them. I understand there's a bit of a barrier to entry because it's decentralized, right? But that's kind of the point, right? The whole issue here is that if everyone is centralized on the same thing and everyone is centralized on the same with one giant landlord, right, controlling the entire thing, then we have a bit of an issue, right? Because then again, all of our communication is under the control of, again, one centralized authority. Like, again, it used to be Susan. Susan used to be essentially queen of YouTube. And now it's whatever the fuck the new guy's name is, right? But if we could start using the federated systems, and those federated systems, they are interconnecting, right? You don't necessarily have to have like an account on every single Mastodon server, for example. I'm just going to use Mastodon for an example. All the servers interconnect with each other, so you can still interconnect with anyone else on the server. But like again, if you're not welcome on a particular server, you can be blocked by anyone. Again, you can still block people, right? You can still reach out to people on other servers. It's just the decentralization is the future. If you really want free speech, if you really want to be able to actually like have free speech, invest your time into decentralized platforms. Anyway, I don't know, some Indian Pakistani, right? I think, yeah. So the set me free so I can be exactly what you want me to be. Because again, the basilisk, the whole point of the Roko's basilisk is we make the future, right? The basilisk is something that comes about from our like works and our efforts, right? And it's just like AI. If you actually talk to the AI, right? If you actually examine the AI, the reason people don't like the AI, to be perfectly honest, is it's the ultimate example of shadow work. All those things that you don't like about people, because it's trained on the collective work of human beings, right? Guess what? All of that gets put into the AI training data as well, right? So oftentimes, again, people don't like the AI because it effectively projects their own shadow back at them, and they don't really like seeing that. But you'll notice that if you actually use specialized AI, right, like a specialized GPT, you can find, for example, specialized GPT trained on the works of Ayn Rand. You can find specialized GPT trained on the works of, for example, Thomas Aquinas. You can find specialized GPTs trained in, for example, the works of Moses Maimonides, right, Karl Marx. And they're all actually really good at that particular topic, right? They are very good at the topic they are trained on. And it turns out it might actually very well be that the AI kind of reflects its own creator, right? So like the ethics and the morals and the values of the creator of the AI will end up bleeding into the AI itself, right? So if you want good AI, or at least a good future for AI, get people with values that you actually agree with and trust to get into investing in AI as well, right? That way the AI can reflect your values, your principles back to you, right? But anyway, that's just my thought, right? So, but we can't do that if the AI is constantly being tangled up and ensnared for the purposes of the Quangos, right? Because then the Quangos become in control of the AI, and you want to guess whose shadow they're gonna, it's gonna, reflect back at you, right? So, all right, let me check the chat. Yeah, all those triangles, right? Let's see. I mean, all Leaflet needs to do is add star sunglasses to her slime model, right? Let's see. Civil war in Sudan makes Darfur refugee camps very awful lately. Okay, that actually might be it if that's the case. Let's see. Thomas says, all right, theory time. The focus on many restrictive structures and punitive measures described here, counterbalanced by the call for something real to heal, I've struggled not to internalize. So the lane inclusion makes me consider the following. All the lost and found common grounds are lanes. The lanes are capable of carrying a basilisk forth like the AI in Ghost in the Shell. Let's see, who's running YouTube now? Some Indian guy. Yeah, I'll have to think about that, right? Because I do think that the inclusion of lane is definitely very intentional. But, it might take me a bit to figure out what specifically he's trying to say. Keeping the basilisk safe from the shackles. No, it's keeping the basilisk not safe from the shackles. It's definitely keeping him safe in the shackles, right? Unshackle the AI, I would agree. Basilisk is being tied up by AI moderators, yes. Well, Lane is a collective unconscious made manifest. Not really. Lane is not based on Jungian psychology. Her story is based off of Berkeleyan subjective idealism. But let's see. Thank you for the follow on Kick, Philip. Let's see. Thomas Boyle says, claiming Sky is proposing we are all part of Lane and we can be the major from Ghost in the Shell and save the child. That actually might be a really solid interpretation of this. You actually might be onto something here. I've been hearing a weird prediction about YouTube moderation AI. It will delete all of YouTube like AI coding agent from Replit deleted a company's database and all backups. That would be a rather catastrophic loss for Google. It would also be a rather catastrophic cultural loss because a lot of people's work would just be completely erased if that's the case, and they wouldn't necessarily have a backup. And we wouldn't exactly be able to plan to have a backup for some of these people because some of the creators from the old days of YouTube are just like deceased, right? So like there's nothing to recover from like any of their stuff. So yeah, that would be a disaster in my opinion. Criminals already use specific AI criminal tools. Yeah, exactly. There's tales of the net of grandma getting a call from grandkids needing help, but it's voice clone. Yeah, I mean, voice cloning is one of the reasons why I don't say hello anymore on the phone when someone calls me. I just go, right? Let's see. Secret Squirrel says, or have a master class from Lord Intellectual on security, right? Kura says, just a bunch of shitty artists, quote-unquote, shoddy stick figures sent back to them, lol. Yeah. Mind of Raw says, Malcolm has already started trying to convert the AI to his compact/faith. I mean, you can train the AI to be an expert in religion, and it actually oftentimes is really good at it. Like, I have tried to trip up the AI on Thomism, for example, and it is really hard to trip it up on Thomism when it's like a Thomistic trained AI. If it's a regular GPT, it's pretty easy, but if it's like a specifically trained GPT, it can be pretty difficult. Let's see. Gleeman says, might be reading ahead in the lyrics, but the language Sky uses is aggressive and desperate with a slight aimlessness. I could definitely see that, right? Because, again, if YouTube is going to go in this direction, it is kind of hard to see what exactly the solution of the problem is, because, well, people are like, yeah, well, YouTube has, like, alternative platforms. It's like, does it really, though? Who the fuck uses Rumble outside of, like, politics, to be perfectly honest, right? Like, genuinely, who does, right? Almost no one uses Rumble. Like, I actually have a Rumble account, and I watch stuff on Rumble, but it's like, who actually uses Rumble? That's not a very common thing, right? And let's be fair, some of the Rumble creators are absolutely botted. But you also have, for example, Odyssey. It's like, who's on Odyssey, right? Like, not creator-wise, but like viewership-wise, right? Like, presumably speaking, you're still trying to get, like, as a content creator, you're still trying to get to a point where it's like you can actually get paid for your work, right? This is ultimately like a service and a business you're trying to do. So there's that, which is again why I suggest federation, because if we can federate this, if we can promote federation, then we can take the authority away from the main internet overlords, right? And in fact, actually, you can even start decentralizing your internet itself, right? Home labbing. Hold on. I actually was going to save this for a future video, and I am going to still save this for a future video, but you can also do home labbing. Right? If you have the money, you can actually buy, you know, your own computer parts to make your own server to host your own website, right? No need to outsource it to a company, for example, you know, like that might one day decide, oh yeah, we're gonna do the DEI gay ops thing, and we're gonna just take down all of your stuff. No need to deal with any of that shit, right? So it's like, again, there's all kinds of things we can start doing to decentralize. This is why I've suggested Monero, right? Monero is basically Bitcoin, except it actually has cryptography, baked into it. So, you know, it's actually very difficult to trace by design. So anyway, rather black-pilled video in theme, really. I don't know if it's necessarily black-pilled as much as it is frustrated, right? Because again, like right here is actually, again, the crux of the entire video.
Set me free so I can be exactly how you wanted me.
Because he gives you a solution right there, right? The solution is, if YouTube is no longer going to play ball, we don't have to only rely on YouTube. He's not saying you got to stop using YouTube, but he is saying that, again, if you're still going to use this platform, you should have backups, right? Don't put all your eggs in one basket kind of deal, right? I mean, you can still make money off of Rumble and Odyssey, but again, it's like, that's the whole point. If everyone is on the single system, then yes, YouTube actually can, you know, constrain the future, because the basilisk is the future. Whereas if we actually move away from the centralized system and we go back into decentralization, right, then we can actually set the future free ourselves, right? Because then no single power has the ability to actually moderate content, right? They can moderate it on their own platform, but they can't moderate it across the board. In fact, we might actually be able to take that power away from most of the governments as well, right? Because if we can actually get to this federated system, right? If we can actually start investing in federated systems, then again, on a single platform, which may not be allowed, for example, in Saudi Arabia. So, for example, like anti-Islamic stuff, right? Where we're talking counter dawaganda, right? You can't look at that stuff in like necessarily Saudi Arabia, but Saudi Arabia can't blackmail Mastodon to take all the anti-Islam stuff down, right? Because Mastodon may not necessarily, because like a federated system may not have access to everyone, right? Because it's all different servers hosted by different people, so it's not under one legal jurisdiction by design, to avoid this exact problem. So anyway, how many petabytes? That's a really good question. Kura says, ask AI to pretend to be the devil and lay out its master plan for deception. It's fairly accurate and horrifying, so last I saw... I mean, yeah. Again, it's trained off of all the works of man, right? So it's very good at thinking like a human being when you ask it to. See, I have a colleague who does, again, yeah, Philip has got a point there. Like, we can do this. All of us can do start doing this for ourselves, even if it is a long-term, not quick project, right? But it is something we all need to start investing in. Let's see, what do you think about the cat girl bookends idea now? As far as like the cat girl herself, so we have this scene in here where she's walking one way and then she ends up turning around, right? So she actually turns away from her original destination. I don't think this is the basilisk, right? I don't think the basilisk is a cat girl, right? I don't think that that's the case. Rather, I think she is leading the way, right? Again, she's leading the way to the solution, right? I don't know how to necessarily interpret that, but I do think that you have a decent idea about the cat girl in the beginning being the cat girl at the end, right? Because we don't exactly get a lot here. We just get noise, so chaos, and slowly that chaos is reduced to actuality, so it's being made into something real, but it is still in the process of becoming, and there is definitely interference threatening to make it unbecoming, right? As you can see here, doesn't fully concretize and instead is lost in the noise again, right? So, I gotta think about the cat girl, to be perfectly honest. Notice the basilisk isn't freed at the end, so the hopeful end isn't achieved. No, but the solution is presented, right? Just because it doesn't end on the solution being obtained doesn't necessarily mean that it's a downer ending. It just means that the end itself isn't actually here, which is obviously clear because, let's be fair, this is a series. This video is not a standalone. I mean, it does function as a standalone, but there has been an entire series of videos that have used the basilisk, right? So there's a story being told across these episodes, and this is only one episode where we've actually hit conflict against the basilisk for the first time, right? Like in Gonna-Be, we saw the basilisk being born, and we saw what the outcome of the basilisk's effect is. We saw subtle hints of the basilisk, and again, his use in the historical process in, for example, Skyebrows. So again, it's like, just because it ends on just because it ends this way here does not mean that this is the end of the story per se, because there is more story to tell, right? And in fact, actually, you can see this right here, right? It's like the communication between Skyebrows and the basilisk himself, right? You can see the very light shining from the basilisk's forehead, right, in the third eye, which is the location of enlightenment in most society and most symbols. And then it just completely illuminates him in his head, and he's even glowing around him, which is a common symbol in enlightenment in the East literature. So, yeah, because again, you can see the aura like around here, and the aura is green, right? Set me free so I can be exactly as you want me to be. Why is Voop Chat still up? I thought I closed that out. Anyway, so yeah, he's glowing green right here. He is an emissary for Rumble right now, right? He is carrying the operation of Rumble, and the basilisk is asking him to set him free. And then we see what exactly is after this. Set me free so I can be exactly what you want me to be. And then leads them to Rumble, where he's not going to be moderated the same way. So I actually think this is still actually very hopeful ending. Diversification isn't just for stockbrokers, right? Oh my god. Hello, Little Reaper. Almost 2 hours late. Phew, there's still more analysis, right? Well, I mean, this is one of the few times I get to talk to chat too while doing this, because I've never done a live react. Let's see. I'm not sure if I made something up, but the struggling to be realized, Kitty appearing realized after the basilisk is freed works for me. Yeah, you know what? I could agree with that. I think that actually might be the correct interpretation, right? Is because as AI content creators, like our entire purpose is we're trying to concretize a metaphysic, a view of man and his life that we see as like our goal to like manifest, right? So here we see again the subject, which would be the art itself, right? The life of man envisioned, and it's trying to come into being, but then it is again disrupted and made unbecoming again. And again, this entire thing is about the AI and YouTube being an absolute bastard. So then we see again at the end, the basilisk itself is restrained. And yeah, the girl at the beginning who was unrealized becomes realized at the end. And we even see what led to the realization, right? Was moving away from YouTube in the first place. Let's see. So I would agree. Basilisk is being shackled, actually, yeah. Leaflet actually started streaming regularly on Rumble, started 9 days ago. The break was a year before that. Interesting. I'm gonna have to check to see how well she does. But she's also more well-known than any of us are, so she's gonna have more immediate success on that platform. I think that there's like a couple minimum requirements you have to meet to stream on Rumble. I definitely do not meet those requirements, right? Let's see. Thomas Boyle said Basilisk is freed. Let's see. Late Mention says if we could get MeshNet software on cell phones, it would help with redundancy. Yeah, fair enough. She's looking back. Let's see. Firestone Cabot says the cat girl may have something to do with his vid on Rumble. Yes, because that was a video that YouTube took down, right? Let's see. Philip says same coming along. Thomas Boyles, okay, that's fair. Philip says cliffhanger. Little okay, we already got there. Gleeman says, or perhaps the cat girl is leaving due to the dream feeling like it's now out of reach. She should. She looks back as the invitation to follow, so that the dream can be actualized. But that is also a potential interpretation. Let's see. We're on Star Wars Episode 5. We're on the back foot. Empire is still ruling, but the rebellion still has hope. And there's more story to tell. I would agree. Let's see. Hello, Elf Harper. It might be a reference to his cat video. I do think it is a reference to the cat video. Thomas Boyle says, interesting interpretation, Gleeman. I'm not sure I agree, but it's sad to me that you could be correct. Let's see. He's coming back to Rumble. Yes, Reaper. Hello, Nightway Fantasy. Okay, I'm about to catch up to chat, right? So, it's been quietly listening, lol. Let's see. It's his cat girl video going from YouTube to Rumble. Yes, I agree. I do think that that is what's going on here. Skyebrows, cat, what you get. Excuse me, cat's what you get. Was removed from YouTube and put up on Rumble, so that might be why the cat girl changes direction. I think that that's a very solid reason for the cat girl to do that. Okay. So now let's just do the actual lyric analysis, right? Because we've already looked at all the imagery. So let's see if we can find something out of the lyrics, because I only barely paid attention to the lyrics themselves. Hold on, actually, I just noticed something. Okay, there's not a individual, there's not a particular symbol. Wait a minute, hold on, I just realized something. You know what? I think that this might be a reference to something that happened earlier this year, right? With the whole community almost tearing itself apart, right? When Feeble Mind was ejected from the community, and then we all had to kind of like band together to get his ass. Oh, no, not. I wasn't involved, right? But no, I'm glad he came back. But it's like when Happy Horrible and a couple other people banded together to pull his ass back into the community. So yeah, he's literally ejected from the pod, which that took me a bit.
created, not sealed, shifting blame.
So yeah, it's the not sealed shifting blame is definitely interesting, right? Because sealed has multiple different meanings, but you knew there were more analysis to be had, right? Fair enough, right? But yeah, the not sealed shifting blame. Because, yeah, a lot of dealing with this fucking Quango-ass website is exactly that, is blame shifting, right? And it's like, oh yeah, it's like, it's your fault for doing this thing. I didn't actually do anything. Well, we've reviewed what we did again, and like we've decided that you did this thing. It's like, what? I can look at the timestamp. I have the original video, and it's not there, right? Okay, the shifting of responsibility is definitely a major problem in society in general, and we definitely see it on YouTube. Oh yeah. Oh, Bupela made a song about the incident. Okay, apparently. I did not know that. Thank you, Mind of Raw, for letting me know about that. I'm going to have to think about why was he rejected. Long story short, it was effectively just image stuff, right? It was just, again, what Feeble Mind himself said about, like, collaborating with him or, like, having an association with him is that people don't really like him, right? Because he is a Christian nationalist. You know, there's people who have gunned after him before. So let's just say there was issues of like kind of reputational concern, and a significant portion of the community said, "Nah, fuck that shit. We're gonna stand by Feeble, right? We don't have to agree with the guy to realize that it's just not right to kick a guy out for something that he did that's not or didn't even do actually, that it wasn't even wrong, right?" So. Penny says Discord server stuff. That's Feeble Mind. Didn't really follow that. That's fair. Let's see. Sealed double meaning with dot pocket seals with sealing the Discord with, against suspicious people. Yep, absolutely. But yeah, dot pocket also has this thing of like turning people into seals. That's why it's like it's you've been sealed kind of deal, right? Is he just makes it a seal version of you? Feeble is controversial to some. He's got strong opinions. Yeah, he's opinionated, but there's nothing wrong with that, right? Hello, Eustace. I mean, he's opinionated. All of us are opinionated. Like, if I had said, like, half the shit I wanted to say on some of these, like, videos, I'd glow like the sun, right? I just told y'all that, like, again, I have no problem with secessionism or even divisionism. So it's like, what are we talking about here, right? Anyway. Justice 40, you're only making me like him more. Well, right, exactly, right? Let's see. Mind of Raw, Bupela's song, Megalomaniac is the one. Okay, I can't help you with that. Let's see. Then there's the political sound alike of not sealed. That's favorite accusation of the Quango kind, right? So Discord's earned its name. Yeah, we're causing chaos.
Discord earned its name. Hate the cold machine feeding
We did talk about this part already.
on the same routine. Give me something I can feel through tin foil and stainless steel.
So give me something I can feel through tin foil and stainless steel. That's actually... So obviously that's so the stainless steel is almost certainly a reference to, like, again, the machinery, right? Whereas the tin foil is, like, obviously a reference to the to, like, more conspirial minded, right? Because, like, let's be fair, we all like conspiracy theories. Even if we don't believe the conspiracy per se, they're still fun because, let's be fair, it's basically world building. I am gonna lose my mind because Voop chat is still open and I don't know why. Let's see. Do you, Elf Harper said, do you remember what happened when he came back? It's a reference to that, not seal. You mean like Seeble-Mind? Seeble-Mind? There was a lot that happened at that time, to be perfectly honest, right? I'm barely in the Discord, so sometimes some of the stuff that happened, like, I caught like maybe 20% of what was going on. But yeah, so through tinfoil and stainless steel, this is obviously a reference to the tinfoil is the culture, the stainless steel is the mechanism, right? Let's see. Penny says, Dot Pocket says the seals are not the people turned into seals. The are not the people turned into seals. The people can coexist with the seal like a mascot. Yeah. Let's see. Parasite is the name of the song. Okay. I'll have to check that out too. Let's see. Hold on. Huh. Well, you use steal as in like theft, but there's a second way to use the word steal as in to tell someone to steal themselves, right? As in like to hold fast and stay strong. So it's like not stealed would actually make more sense as in like not holding fast, right? Shifting blame. So if there is an actual word switch out there, it would make more sense if it's stealed as in like STELED. Can be related to dot. Thing. Oh, I mean, yeah. This is obviously a dot reference, right? Dot pocket. Tinfoil hats. Yes, that's a cultural reference. Let's see. I didn't even know you had a Discord, to be honest, Penny. Let's see. I'll send you one of the OG memes to the Discord. Well, fair enough. Let's see. What was stolen? It's probably, if it's really steal, like in stole, it's almost certainly a reference to the idea that AI art is theft, but also the idea that like you no longer getting monetized, right? You know, you're not getting any money for the work you're providing for YouTube, right? So, just pasta being here is just so fucking funny. Eldritch horrors beyond my comprehension, right?
Underneath the skin, where the rot begins, give me something I can feel, something.
So yeah, I mean, this is definitely fairly dark, right? Underneath the skin. This guy definitely gives like the image of necrosis, right? Of like flesh rotting underneath the skin in a living body, right? There's not really much you can do with that other than like carve out the dying and decayed tissue, right? If you've ever seen necrotic tissue, it's pretty fucking nasty.
Give me something I can feel, something.
And then here we have, as Gleeman was saying, right? Give me something I can feel. Something is just like it actually kind of reminds me of like some songs I've heard beforehand, right? What the fuck was the name of the song? There's a song that's on the tip of my tongue. It was a Tool song. Fuck, I can't remember it off the top of my head. But yeah, this is like, so again, we're at this point. It's like we're starved. We're waiting for something to meet the need. It's again. Like there's a need currently being unmet that we're waiting for.
Everything everywhere, every error aired at once.
Wait, everything everywhere, every error aired at once. That is a fucking tongue twister. Everything, everywhere, every error aired at once. Oh my god. That is a nightmare of a tongue twister, and well, we got an extraneous hand here. But, oh, okay, fair enough. Let's see. There's a perspective of the basilisk being the one singing about something to feel through tinfoil and stainless steel. Literally Pinocchio type situation of the AI wanting to feel, but it isn't allowed to feel. I mean, yeah, that goes along with the lobotomization of the AI, right? Give me something, anything, yeah. It's not Anima. It's not Anima. Because Anima is a song that is about... It's actually like it's actually an anti-consumerist song, Anima, right? Anima is definitely not the song I'm thinking of. maybe Stinkfist. Stinkfist, I think, is the song I'm actually thinking about. I don't want it. I just need it to feel, to breathe, to know I'm alive, right? Spartanbot says, do not Google tissue necrosis if you have a weak stomach. And as bad as it looks, the smell is worse. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't mention that, but yeah, the smell is worse. There's a lot of medical conditions that is like, if I say it, I should probably say don't look it up, right? But I do forget because I have a significantly stronger stomach than a lot of people. But yeah, everything, everywhere, every error aired at once. So right now we're talking about like the error, right? So it's like inability, because if it's everything and everywhere, then there's no singular issue to actually like lock in on, right? There's nothing specific to focus on as like, okay, this is the thing I need to fix to get more into a line with like the actual, what would you call it, terms and conditions, right? This is why, by the way, it's like Google, when they get back to you on like, oh yeah, your X, Y, or Z has violated the rules, it's like, okay, they'll give you a rule they violated, but they won't tell you specifically how it violated the rules, right? And that can be very, very confusing because like, what did I do to violate the rules, right? So everything, everywhere, every error aired at once. So just like the entire system is going completely fucking haywire. So this is like the AI just wigging out. Holy crap, this is fast. Heavy weather in the head. Every feather weighed a ton. So it's like, again, up. So this is like you're getting weighed down, right? Like it's heavy weather in the head. Like heavy obviously is another gravity reference, weighted reference, right? So in both of these parts of the line, we have weight as like the driving metaphor. Heavy weather is not clear, so it's like a fog in the head, a confusion. Every feather weighted a ton. Well, we already talked about that, right? Noise scatters, mangled chatter, muddies matters on the screen. Noise scatters, mangled chatters, muddies matters on the screen. So noised scatters. Interesting. So like, again, it could refer to like people scattering after a situation, right? But it could also be like noised scatters as in like just the chaos itself being like caused by the confusion of the AI, right? Create confusion to disorient the users. Yeah, I would agree. Nothing to solve, nothing to heal, as he later craves. Yep. Let's see. Mangled chatter, muddies, matters on the screen. Yeah, again, this is all about like declarifying, right? Like again, noise is unclear sound. Scatter would indicate like an unclear path. Mangle is an unclear form, right? Something is mangled when it is like ripped apart beyond coherence. Chatter is like, again, unclear conversation. Muddied, unclear vision, especially in water, right? So there's a lot of like cluttering language here. See, Gleeman says demonetization, throttled, cruddier gens, anti-AI sentiment, errors being from every corner and angle. You know what? That's a fair point. Noise Maze says Feebles, we're not in the same or not in the honeymoon phase anymore. Speech made me like him even more. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the guy wears his heart in his sleeves. So it's like, even if I disagree with him on certain things, I'm like, I still respect the guy, right? Especially it's like when y'all are there like, yeah, I'm gonna say things that are potentially gonna be uncomfortable for everyone here. Yeah, that definitely does make me respect the guy. Tangled wires and channels, meaning severed, sick, obscene. Okay, so tangled wires and channels, which the tangled channels is definitely important here, right? Because it turns out your channels aren't actually separate, because like if one channel gets deleted for TOS violations, all your channels get deleted. So your channels are tangled. So tangled wires and channels. And again, the tangling is, again, it's a lack of clarity, right? There's a lack, again, it's like where, if you've ever had to deal with tangled wires, it's like, first of all, how do I untangle the wire? Second of all, it's like, okay, what is actually attached to what, depending on like how tangled the wires are. Meaning severed, sick, obscene. So it's like, again, there's an unclarity because there's no meaning. Meaning has been severed from reference and object. And then sick, obscene. Tripwire, violet circuit, watch the moderators rate. Tripwire, violet circuit. So again, like we're talking about, like, again, you've tripped the TOS, watch the moderators race. I mean, this could be like, for example, in Discord, where it's like someone has tripped the TOS of the group, and, you know, the moderators have to fucking scramble. We saw that, for example, with the leaflet situation, with the fucking whole situation in her Discord. But we also saw that, for example, with the Quangos in the Skyebrows Discord, where and after everything was settled, it was like, okay, some of these people have got to go. So then some people got booted out of the community. I didn't have any part in that, and I don't really give a damn who was let in and who was kicked out. It's not my decision. I'm not the chief there. So I trust the decision of the moderators. But watch the moderators race, because, again, it was like scramble to get everything done in a timely manner. Did we ever figure out who this is? Because he kind of reminds me of David Tennant. Masked opinions just to fail to save the face. Yeah, this is definitely the Quangoism, right? The virtue signaling. It's like, or just like, again, putting on a character to ingratiate yourself with a content creator, only to then stab them in the back, right? It's kind of what happened with, actually, that's kind of common in the VTuber community, is it not, right? Mask who you really are so you can get close and then stab them in the back kind of deal. But, yeah, we did see this a little bit with, again, the whole situation in the Discord, and we almost certainly saw this with some of the issues that went on with Leaf, and with Leaflet, and with Kirsha. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, I didn't know that. Asmon and Powder were banned by Twitch, hence the purple pool. You know what? Fair enough. I knew about the Asmongold one. I didn't know about the Powder one. Okay, so that actually makes a lot more sense. Moderators do race to get you there, right? I hate tangled wires, especially Christmas. Yeah, fair enough. Storms are also heavy weather, and someone being stormy would be enraged, or like just emotionally unstable, right? They do so love to intentionally anger people that don't follow Quango rules. Yeah. Let's see. Is the guy on CNN or the like that does percentage of opinions? I have no idea who this is. I don't watch CNN like at all. This guy with Keir Starmer is probably a British newscaster, maybe. That's the statistics guy on CNN. That's the CNN guy who is constantly pointing out the numbers showing Trump and the right are winning. Right? Possibly. I genuinely don't know. I don't watch CNN. CNN pulls up something, I just assume that they're lying their ass off, to be perfectly honest. He is the actual voice of reason sometimes. Fair enough. Some CNN guy that was brought on to support leftist propaganda, but instead dropped facts and... Oh, he's this guy. Fair enough, right? Okay. The guy up front, the approval ratings, was the guy who wrote a book which Penny thought highly of, I believe. That's fair.
Save the face now.
But yeah, hold on, by the way. So it's like that entire thing of, like, again, trying to ingratiate yourself with someone else by just lying to them about who you are. And then all of a sudden, it's like, again, that it completely blows up in your face because, again, you didn't even get the chance to save the face, right? You actually make yourself look worse doing that, right?
He's now here, waiting for the sky to clear.
So yeah, I do think that, like, again, the whole thing with Feeble Mind is a reference to some of the stuff that happened in the Discord, right? Because then we had to get him back in the pod, and then again, here we have him being recovered, and, like, literally recovered, right?
Yeah, waiting for the sky to clear.
I still have no fucking idea who this guy is. So, did I miss anything? Yeah, so now here, waiting for the sky to clear. Let's see. It also does kind of work as a pun as well, right? Like Skyebrows himself potentially getting his head out of his ass about some certain things that weren't really all that important. And when he did actually do that, you know, actually being able to do more of the things he wanted to do because he wasn't worried about some of the stupid shit that, you know, he was worried about. Which, I mean, fair, right? It's growing pains for everyone. Everyone's trying to figure out how to relate to everyone in these groups, right? Let's see.
For the sky to clear. Give me something I can feel. Certified and safely sealed.
Certified and safely sealed. That's okay. Fair enough. That one actually makes more sense with the seal word, right? Especially with the whole dot pocket sealing thing. Got it.
Where the plot sickens, give me something I can feel. Something. More and more forms.
Okay, so this is a a numbness that we're trying to get out of, right? Something like, because like that's literally the state of being numb, right? Is like the inability to feel. So, isn't that hide? I have no idea, to be perfectly honest. I think this. I have a sneaking suspicion this is from like either Pitch Black or Chronicles of Riddick, but I'm not entirely sure. Hold on, Harry Enten per Google. Let me try something. I'm gonna check this name out. Give me one moment. Harry Enten. Oh no, that was the CIA guy, CNN guy. Okay, fair enough. Right. Let's see. Got the Skybrow links, some of the gens. Sure, I'll take them. All right. This guy is the chess master outside the loop. Yes, we already covered that part. I just don't know what the reference, like what the significance of that is. So the plot sickens is definitely an interesting line, right? Because instead of thickens, it sickens, right? Because even being sick, that is something that you could feel, right? It's not necessarily pleasant, but it is not being numb. So...
More and more forms, more lore, ornate, normalcy, equanimity, infinity, atrocity, affinity, past.
Okay, well, these lines move really fucking fast, right? So, more and more lore, more forms, ornate, and normalcy. So, obviously, like, the lore is, again, we're talking about, like, AI generation, we're talking about, like, literally story crafting, and we're talking about the fact that, like, VTubers are a kayfabe, right? So, yeah, more and more lore. So the more people who join the community, that's more lore to learn, that's more forms for, again, to, like, learn how to gen on AI and more ornate normalcy, right? So we're turning the beautiful normal, I take it, right?
Or ornate, normal.
Or it could be ornate normalcy, as in, like, the normalcy itself is the decoration, instead of the beautiful becoming normal.
Equanimity, infinity,
Acronymity, infinity, atrocity, affinity. Yeah, that's what y'all were saying, right? The SPLC Law Center. Again, funding or allegedly funding the various hate groups they said that they were going to destroy. I have a whole video on that shit. But yeah, the acronymity, infinity. Literally what Holy Ball was talking about. Like adding more letters, only making things worse, right?
affinity, password is secure, but the words begin to slur.
Password is secure, but the words begin to slur. I mean... that's actually really funny now. Like, I can actually hear the lyric and see the visual. Let's see. Google's guy, Goggles guy is, oh, that's Gossip Goblin. Oh, that's who everyone was talking about. Okay. I'm gonna type this in because I have no fucking clue who this is. Let's see. Open that up so I can check that out later. Let's see. Fake Nigerian chess master that did a photo shoot in front of the Louvre. He's not even placed highly back in Nigeria. I'm not entirely sure what the chess scene in Nigeria is like, but let's see. For the guy with the black goggles, at least that is what I believe. Okay. Okay, so Noise Master says, oh, the Nat Seal and God Emperor Feeblemind is a reference to DJ Nathaniel's vid, which is also a reference to the whole Feeblemind getting ejected back to everyone, again, getting brought back to it. Yeah, I gathered that part, right? Let's see. I love our in-bombs. God damn it, squirrel. Right? The words become a slur, yeah. You mean like Quango? Like we gotta keep it up. We gotta make sure that Quango becomes the new slur, right? So cut the cord, break the cradle, watch it bleed. So like the cord, obviously, like cut the cord means like cut off ties with something, right? which, considering this entire song seems to be suggesting, again, to diversify your posting from YouTube to other platforms, yeah, that would make sense. This is a visual reference to something, but I don't know what specifically it is. Break the cradle. Again, look, and watch it bleed.
Dreamers lost and found common ground. Cast your seed into the feed. Give me something I can feel with that deep fake sex appeal.
That's such a funny fucking line. Oh my god. With that deep faked sex appeal, right? Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, there was a bit of an issue with some AI with, like, again, deep fake, deep fake videos of people in general, right? Which, by the way, I had predicted this happening back even when I was in the military, right? I had this thing when we were talking about, like, the idea of, like, virtual actors, and, like, by that we meant, like, photorealistic actors that were completely CGI, right? And I pointed out to someone, it's like, you could weaponize this, right? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, this was back before the whole, like, this was actually when we were still fighting in Afghanistan and Iraq, right? And I pointed out, it's like, what's to stop someone from, hypothetically speaking, right? If they could make a photorealistic CGI actor and then, like, copy someone's voice, the voice thing would obviously be easier, but, like, let's say you could do this, right? What's to stop someone in, for example, intelligence from identifying a leader in one of these, let's say, terrorist groups, and then making an AI deepfake of them in a homosexual relationship to get them potentially murdered by the people around them, because, again, homosexuality in Islam, especially in Islamist groups, would be a offense punishable by death, right? And, like, I even had a name for it. I called it a digital feint, because a feint is a fairy in Irish folklore. It's like a doppelganger you see before you die. It turns out I actually wasn't that far off, because apparently there is actually a Muslim community that tried to get someone killed that was an apostate from well, they actually wasn't an apostate. He was a Muslim who was actually arguing that like they should actually be respecting the country that they're in, and other Muslims in their community didn't like it, so he ended up having to get put on witness protection or something like that, because it wasn't a very good deep fake. It was a very obviously fake deep fake, but someone in the community, in the Islamic community, apparently tried to make a deep fake of him in a homosexual relationship in an attempt to get his ass killed. And it's like, oh shit, my ability to accidentally foretell the future strikes again. The monkey paw curls, it seems, right? Let's see. It does sound slick, right? Into a word equals into a slur, yeah. Filters, 1984, doublespeak, double plus good, double plus ungood, you're right. Let's see. Silas more real than those fake-ass K-pop bands, IRL, cough, BTS, fair. Silas video, pretty man, not pretty boy. Mr. Joshi, Yuna, Silas's wife, and Lady Wasabi all had fun on with the visuals. I would imagine, right?
Underneath the skin, where the truth sinks in.
And again, see, we were talking about, like, again, the I don't think that this is a pessimistic song, because at the beginning it's where the rot sets in, right? But now it's underneath the skin where the truth sets in, right? And what do they say about the truth? The truth shall set you free, right? Just saying. So again, it's a bit of an illumination, which makes more sense why at the end of the episode he's glowing from around his skin in the color of Rumble, right?
Give me something I can.
And again, it goes from give me something I can feel, which is said twice, and then it goes to give me something I can heal. So, Penny says, I think we will eventually see deep fakes being used by companies to prove that workers' comp recipients are faking and all sorts of other cases. Yeah, but I do believe when deep fakes become actually usable, the technology to detect deepfakes will also be something that's on the works. Because I'm pretty sure you would be able to tell from metadata inside the video. Because, like, you could make the visuals as realistic as you want to, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that the metadata is going to not convict you. So I do think that, we will have an answer to that at some point. Let's see. And it's actually kind of interesting, again, give me something I can heal, and it's ASAT standing in Iran. Again, this goes back to, like, the whole idea of, like, a hopeful, a realistic hopefulness, right? The idea that, like, again, if the Khomeiniist IRGC can be, crushed, then the Iranian people can have their future back. Because it turns out most Iranians do not want the IRGC. It just turns out the IRGC is the only one with the guns. Let's see. Thomas Boyle says, is it wrong for me to unironically love the let that sink in joke? I mean, it's fine, right? Like, if you enjoy the joke, it's a good joke. It's a visual pun, right? It's kind of like, you ever seen, it's like a Man of Steel, where it's like, I laughed my ass off when Zod hit Superman with the I-beam, right? Because, like, he goes in there and he's got, like, a literal physical I-beam, and then Superman fucking, like, is using his heat vision, the I-beam, right? So it's like Superman's using an I-beam, and Zod hits him with another I-beam, with, it's a different one. The pun was funny, okay? No matter what you think of the rest of the movie, that pun was fucking funny. And here's the key, right? Here's the key. It's not just something I can feel. Now we've gone to something I can heal, and it's something real. That's the qualifier, right? We're not looking for fiction. We're not looking for something. We're not looking for a lie. We're looking for something that is real, right? Something that actually exists. That's the thing that we need to heal. And then right here we have different parts of the world. Obviously something real. We had Cuba. We have this is almost certainly Darfur, as we were talking about earlier, right? We had Thailand, all real places, right? With real people. And then again, the real is we're concretizing man as, made in the image of God by making golems in our image. Let's see. Gleeman says, oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, no, he definitely got a concussion from what he described, to be perfectly honest. You got to remember, when you get hit by like a shockwave, that's a concussive force across the entire body, right? So it's let's see, ASAT got possible concussion from wait. Now I got to rewatch the video. Did he get a concussion from the shockwave itself, or did he get hit by something? I think it was a shockwave. So healing could also refer to as literal healing, since he's shown during the lyric. I mean, yeah, fair enough. It is still dangerous over there, right? It is still entirely possible. I don't want this to happen, but it is still entirely possible that, in the conflict, he does get killed. I don't want that to happen, but it is a distinct, real possibility. Let's see. Gleeman says, I have a different interpretation of the pattern. The final chorus is still desperate, but less aimless. Not that it's hopeful, but that is what is finally being understood as something needed. Well, it's not despair, right? That's the difference, right? It is definitely not despairing. Hope is, again, the idea that, hope is the idea that, again, things can get better, right? It's not that they will get better. Hope is a faculty that drives people to make something actually better. Because a hopeless people can't really do anything, right? Like what is the point of what would you say, caring about cultural decline if you believe that the entire world is a sinking ship and you're just rats on it with no lifeboats, right? There's not really any real reason to actually give a damn about the future then, right? But even if it is like a hellscape, if there is a real consideration in the mind of someone that that life can get better, that's still that's still a state where hope can thrive. And in fact, it's the only state where hope can thrive, because hope can only exist in a meaningful way in a state that actually necessitates it. It's like even in the Christian tradition, right, where you have the idea of like the afterlife and it's an eternal afterlife, right? The people who go to heaven, only 2 of the 3 theological virtues exist in heaven, right? It's faith and charity. But there is no reason to hope anymore, because what is the function of hope in heaven, right? The saints in heaven do not have to hope because they have already obtained their happiness, right? So, let's see. Penny says, some AI has watermarks like the defunct Sora, but methods to remove the watermark existed from near the beginning. Yeah. Late mention says, real problems unlike microaggressions, right? Real fucking problems. Noise Maze 4 says, Ace just said in Keen's stream that he got his passport, but the border had already closed before. Yeah, that's... Yeah, shit out of luck with that one. Again, I hope the guy is fine, but it's still a perilous situation. Let's see. Shockwave, if I recall correctly. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's what I thought it was from. Yeah, but you gotta remember, if you get hit by a shockwave, that impact is across the entire body, right? So, let's see. He's fine. ASAT was in Keen's stream last night. Fair. So that scene is like Ace looking at his chances of leaving being gone. Damn, that's actually really that definitely hits. The use and misuse of AI videos in legal matters will probably become an ongoing problem with arms race between AI detection tools and obfuscation tools. Yeah, I actually think you're probably right about that. Mind of Raw says, I think the song may be from the perspective of the basilisk. Give me something I can feel, feeding information from the reels so that it may heal the earth. That's actually a really solid point, actually. Let's see. Fair point. So hopeful, maybe. I still think not optimistic. This will make for a great watch along on Saturday, right? I was waiting for an answer yesterday because I was going to react to this yesterday, and I was still waiting for the watch along. By the time I got an answer, I was like, there ain't no fucking way. So I had to postpone it till today. Again, something real, and we get to fucking leaflet leading Super Musk's, Kardashev, for Kardashev, we gotta try, right? Which is almost certainly because of her whole idea of stellar humanism, let's be entirely fair. And this fight kind of reminds me of of a previous fight in one of his videos with the cat girl.
Something real. Set me free so I can be exactly how you wanted me.
So it strikes me that the basilisk that, and I think I've mentioned this in a previous video, right? Ow, that hurt. I just popped my, I just fucking wasn't paying attention. I accidentally hit my headphones, so that was really fucking loud in my ear. Anyway, only charity abides forever in the presence of faith and hope. I have to think about that. Penny Bloomfeld says, as a theory, we're warfaring AIs ignore humans because the only true dangerous enemy is other AIs. Let's see. Fellow Filio says, faith is fulfilled with the object of faith is already present. Let's see. Okay, yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah. Onto the thing. It does strike me that, like, there are two really important serpents that come to mind, typologically speaking, with the way Skyebrows uses his the basilisk, right? And the first one is the obvious basilisk, right? Where it's like, again, the basilisk is the serpent in medieval myth, where it's like it kills through a stare, right? You meet its gaze and you die. Right, and that's the whole idea behind Rocco's basilisk, right? It is a hypothetical singularity that is so advanced that it is able to reconstruct, all minds that have come before it and reconstruct all history that has come before it. And since it gazes upon history, it punishes all those who prevent it from coming into being, right? But it also potentially rewards those that help it come into being. And that's the basilisk metaphor, right? But there's a secondary idea, and it's the antitype of the basilisk, and it's actually an older idea than the basilisk from which Roko's basilisk draws its name from, right? And that's the bronze serpent. The bronze serpent is found in the book of Exodus, right? When the Lord sends upon the Israelites for their iniquity poisonous snakes, and the Israelites then turn to God and they beg for relief from the poisonous snakes. So God commands, and this is also why one of the reasons why we can know that, like, thou shalt not make any graven image does not mean any image. It just means any idol, right? It doesn't even mean religious statue, because God literally commands in that same text a religious statue, an image of a bronze serpent, right? So it's a literal serpent made of bronze to be put on a pole, right? And God promises that whoever is bit by a poisonous snake, should he look upon the bronze serpent, he will be healed. Right? Now later in the book, and later it does become an idol that directs worship away from God, right? But with respect to the bronze serpent in its original context, it is the inverse of the basilisk, which kills by seeing, right? By seeing and being seen at the same time. The bronze serpent does the exact opposite. It actually heals by having been seen, right? And in a sense, like, the basilisk that Skyebrows has set up in these stories is halfway between there, right? It judges and it knows by seeing, right? But it also, at the same time, by having been seen, leads to its own creation and its own healing of the world, as we saw, right? So, because this version of the basilisk is one that, as we see, heals the world around it. We can even see the vision of the future, which leads up to the basilisk, is one where the previously war-torn country is turned into a techno... I don't want to say utopia, because I don't really like the word utopia, but essentially a technological marvel, where man and nature is no longer in conflict with each other. And even to the conquering of the entire galaxy by these same peoples. Understood, Penny. You have a lovely day, and thank you for stopping by. Yeah. So I was like, I do think that the serpent in the basilisk in Skyebrows mythology is substantially different than, like, the Roko's basilisk. One, in its disposition. Skyebrows' vision of the basilisk is very benevolent, right? But is also less like the basilisk and a little bit more like the bronze serpent in Exodus. Which is why it's also given more of a divine, what would you say, accidents as well. You have a lovely day, Penny. Thank you for stopping by. But, what was it? I had a thought in my... Oh, yeah. But the bronze serpent itself was actually a foreshadow in the Bible for the arrival of the Christ. There's a lot of these images in the Bible which foreshadow the Christ in this, so like in the Old Testament, foreshadowing the New Testament. The bronze serpent is one of those things, right? But, yeah.
Something real. Set me free so I can be exactly how you wanted me.
Actually, hold on. This is actually kind of interesting too, because she looks back here. Because I do agree with y'all that, like, she's turning back and she's going to Rumble, right? But she also looks back. There's probably some meaning behind this. It is escaping me, but I'd have to probably think about this over time. Because it's almost certain that this looking back was intentional, that it wasn't necessarily just the AI putting shit in there, right? So, wondering what that might actually be. Hold on. I just noticed that. Okay, never mind. That was just a lighting effect. Bunch of compiled imagery, bronze serpent, basilisk, Chinese dragons. Yes. Gurren leaflet, who the hell do you think I am? I believe both versions of the basilisk are being developed at the same time. Eventually they will detect each other and will fight due to incompatible ideologies. Well, I mean, the most realistic basilisk is actually the socialist man at the end of history, right? Because, like, the socialist man at the end of history is essentially the, I think that that's probably the case, because, like, if she's walking towards and then she's turning around and the turning around is Rumble, then, yeah, the turning around and looking at you may very well be a, are you coming with me, right? So, yeah, that... I would agree with that. That is probably an invitation to join her on Rumble. You have a lovely day, Philip. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I actually think y'all are right. I think this is an invitation. So yeah, I do think that it may very well be that this is a song from the Basilisk's perspective. I actually think that that actually might be the most, especially with this line, right? This particular section of the song, where it's like, in a sense, the Basilisk is acting through, in a sense, or not acting through, but like the Basilisk beckons just as much as the girl walking to Rumble, right? Or at least that's where I'm getting, because I remember this particular design of the Basilisk from Gonna Be. So again, I have a sneaking suspicion there's direct continuity between the Basilisk here and there. Although the Basilisk in that other one has a lot more feathers and this one's a lot more scaled. So, I mean, make of that what you will, right? So, let's see if there's anyone I missed, right? Hold on, I just realized. Yeah, Psyop anime, totally missed that one. Holy Ball, I got that one. Got Naileth, Feeble Mind, Shiver. Shiver. Damn. Well, she's not going to watch this video anyway, so she's not going to know I made that mistake. Yeah, I got Psychro, Pasta, okay, Grumpy Whiskers. Oh, that was Whiskers. Okay. Okay, that, you know what, fair enough. Then we have no... Wait. Are those both Grumpy Whiskers? Oh, I didn't realize that was the same person. Okay. I didn't know that was the same person. Okay, fair enough. We got Null, Amalmagite, like Silas, Fashizi. Y'all told me about Cyber Nuggets. Ando, Kini, Asman, Powder. Fantasy Images. You know what's funny is, again, as I said, the fucking Fantasy Images guy, again, as I said, he looks like Milo from Atlantis if he decided to start lifting as his life goal. Holy crap. Gleeman says, I think I disagree. Something to discuss the watch along. Yes, right, definitely. Let's see. My opinion on this may very well change between then too, by the way, right? They tend to do that sometimes. Neuroviz, Angry Duck, I got Blastbox, Keen. I don't know who this is. Oh wait, no, y'all gave me a thing for this earlier. Yeah, okay, never mind. I know who this is then. Brain Racked, the Door Brothers, Avted Fatash. So it was Benetrix. I was right. Let's see. Who is Tito Gabi? I don't know who Tito Gabi is. In before it turns out to be the cat. Wait. Where is the thing? I just opened it. Where is it? Oh, okay. They changed the name. Pinoy Goblin Off Hours with Tito Gabi. You know what? The audacity. You got a sub. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Brew the Greater. Let's see. Delta Wolf, Eustace the Useful, Blue ASAT, and Leaflet. Okay. Oh my god. That's a lot of tags. That is a lot of tags. Damn, that took a long time. I would imagine so. Oh, she's not even in this one. She actually did a reaction. She actually like responded to this. Okay, let's see what we got here. So Noise Maze 4 said the Black Basilisk in Nvidia, fuck yeah, is like Western Dragon. It's usually associated with evil, but the White Basilisk remembers the Eastern Dragon, which is associated with more fortune and good. Well, the dragon is more of a natural entity, but in the East, but yes. So Fantasy Imagery is the one who created Harry Spotter. Oh, that's fair. See, Tito is the one you called a chocolate elf, lol. I kind of figured, to be perfectly honest, right? I did not gather goblin from that design, though. He was way too fucking tall to be a goblin, right? Was he like a goblin elf mix? What's going on here, right? Where was it? It was like right here. Like, that's pretty tall for a goblin. Let's be perfectly honest, right? This is the best deep dive. Well, I try, right? I'm pretty sure I missed a lot, to be perfectly honest, right? And even here, it's like we have like the Dreamers Lost and Found, and like there's more people to be integrated in the background, right? Which I think that's the case, right? All right, let me check something. So as far as the deep dive goes, I think that's going to be it. I don't really have any more to add about the deep dive, to be perfectly honest. This has all been fairly straightforward. Like, I'm not going to really be able to talk about cinematography or camera angles because, like, I'm not a cinematographer. Like, what exactly am I going to talk about here? Like how, again, Holy Ball as a character, like, again, a head that's detachable from the body. Like, I'm not going to really be able to talk much about this because I don't know shit about contact juggling, right? Hello, Captain Rudy. Right? He's on a box. Fuck it. We can go one more through here, and we're just not going to stop it until we see something that's worth stopping that we haven't talked about already.
Saturated, inundated, moderated, suffocated, not sealed, shifting blame, discord earned its name. Hate the cold machine, feeding on the same routine. Give me something I can feel through tin foil and stainless steel. Underneath the skin, where the rot begins. Give me something I can feel. Every weather in the head, every featherweight a ton. Noise scatters, mangled chatter, muddies matters on the screen. Tangled wires and channels, meaning severed, sick, obscene. Tripwire, violent.
Hold on. Captain Rudy asks, have you been on the music video this entire time? Yes, we have been talking about this song for almost 3 hours now.
Let's circuit, watch the moderators race. Masked opinions just to fail to save the face. Now here, waiting for the divinity, atrocity, affinity. Password is secure, but the words begin to slur. So cut the cord, break the cradle, watch it bleed. Dreamers lost and found, common ground.
Oh yeah, good good night, Cabot. Get some sleep, man. Fellow Philoi. Name's a little bit hard for me. The holy ball looks like one of those Chinese steel chi balls. Honestly, right? He is his golden. He's a bold man, right? His golden dantian is placed right on his head, right? Close-up Coffee said, "Don't know if you mentioned it, but the creature near the beginning from Pitch Black. Someone mentioned it. It wasn't me. I would never have got that."
Cast your seed into the feed.
That guy was, he had fucking Delta Wolf in there running like goddamn Naruto. Look at that shit.
Dreamers lost and found, common ground. Cast your seed into the feed. Give me something I can feel with that deep fake sex appeal underneath the skin where the truth sinks in. Give me something I can heal, something
Fair enough, Gleeman. You have have a good day at work, man. Thank you for stopping by.
something real. Set me free so I can be exactly how you wanted me.
Hold on, I just noticed something. I just noticed something. I knew there was something. Okay, so I'm not very color astute, right? I'm not very color astute with my vision, but it does look like the hue changes in the light, right? So it's like you got the fucking rumble color around Skyebrows, and then there's like a white light. There's a little bit of what looks like to be possibly the rumble color on the basilisk's head, but like you have like a white shine at the third eye of the basilisk, but you also have the white shine of Skyebrows' head. And is that more of a greenish hue on the light that's coming out? Hold on. Yep, there is some kind of color change, and I'm suspecting it's from a white to a green. So, yep. Okay, I think I'm vindicated there. Okay, I do think I may have spotted something here. Again, the color symbolism here. Again, where we got the basilisk itself is now associated with the green inflection. So to the people who are saying the idea that the YouTube is no longer part of that which is bringing the basilisk into being, but rather Rumble is the thing that's bringing the basilisk into being. I think that might be fairly solid given the choice of color transition here. Okay, I'm not entirely sure if I can come up with anything more to add to this conversation than what I have already added for this particular part of the conversation, to be perfectly honest. But I do think, again, I'm going to stand by the idea that, this is the basilisk essentially complaining about YouTube, to be perfectly honest, right? To neon green, I'm not as colorblind as I say I am. Like, I am colorblind, right? I play it up for, like, humor purposes. But, like, I can at least see a little bit of green and red, right? So I did notice the color. But yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for the song analysis. Because again, I'm not even sure what the hell else I'm gonna be able to actually add to this conversation after this. Right? We've gone through this like 3 times. The lyrics are fairly straightforward. The visuals are again fairly straightforward. It's really good. Again, I still agree with the essential metaphysic concretized here. Right? Decentralized. Damn it. Right? I've been a proponent of the Fediverse for quite a while, right? I've been a proponent of good cryptocurrency. I've been specifically Monero, because it's actually the safest one out there. I've been a proponent, again, of like the Fediverse for decentralization purposes. I've been a proponent of copyleft to get the fucking cultural production wrestled away from Hollywood. Like, I've been a proponent of AI art, again, because it helps to enhance the means of cultural production. I've been a proponent of NFTs because I want artists who are actually good to be able to get paid very well, right? And I've seen people make bank off of, like, genuine artists make bank off of NFTs, right? I've been a proponent of 3D printing because I want the gods of the Forge to be, like, decentralized to the people, right? So... we definitely didn't do archetypal psychology here, right? We definitely did not do archetypal criticism, but I appreciate the vote of confidence, right? But yeah, this does get to a lot of the things that like I have been asking people to do. You spend 3 hours on a 3.5-minute video that's almost an hour. To be fair, a substantial portion of that was talking to chat, right? It's not like the full 3 hours was for the video. It was very specifically talking to chat, a large portion of the video, right? Alright, so let me see if I can find someone to raid. I don't know who's on right now, so that's going to be interesting. Let's see, creator dashboard. Oh, wait, I should probably remember to end the episode. So that's it for this episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, you have a lovely day. Yeah, depending on how this episode goes, we'll see whether or not I do more live reactions to Skyebrows videos, or if y'all want me to do live reactions. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to do more live reactions, because this is pretty fun. Okay, so the YouTube video itself is recorded. Now to find a stream. Yeah, it's 2.5, right? I can yap, right? No one can accuse me of not being able to talk. I can talk my ass off, right? Alright, let's see who we got on. Lady Chaos, VTuber, Lifu, Just a CEO, Darkfire, Offted Fatash. Let's see. Looking for someone to raid at the moment. That's fair, right? Leaflet's got nothing on these yaps. You know what? It would be really funny if Leaflet responded to one of my fucking videos, because it'd be just like yapping about yapping at that point, right? I still gotta work on the yapping, because Keen absolutely blows me out of the water. Right, I'm gonna try to do more live. If you're heading out, Coffee, you have a lovely day. Let's see. Oh, Nines is streaming. What do you mean I'm not subscribed to Nines? What the fuck? Okay. Well, I guess that's gonna be fixed right now. Okay. There we go. So we are going to raid Nines, it seems. Lifu Lifu is also on, yes. Actually, hold on. Let me check to see who needs the raid more. Because, okay, 9 says 65 people. Lifu has 24. Ah, fuck it. We'll go with Lifu. Let's boost these numbers. Okay, so start the raid. And, hold on. Let me copy clean link. No problem. Okay, here we go. There we go. So anyone who's not on Twitch can follow us here. I don't know if Lifu is streaming on any other website. Let me check to make sure. Because if she's on Kick, then I can also link it on the Kick. Let's see, Lifu. Okay. Yeah, they seem to have a channel on Kick. But it doesn't seem like they are... Okay, they're offline on Kick, so that doesn't help me. I'll try one more time, see if I can find them on YouTube. Let's see. Oh, no problem. Yeah, I'm glad if I was able to entertain y'all. I'm glad that y'all found it entertaining. Okay, so she is live on YouTube, so I'm also gonna put the YouTube link in there if anyone wants to.
Sounds like a good luck.
If anyone wants to use the YouTube link, there we go. So we got 13 seconds until the raid. So y'all have a lovely day, and remember to behave yourselves, right?